everybody! Welcome to stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everybody. Hello, how are you today? I hope you're having a great day. Shira, GTA, welcome to stream. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Welcome. Hi, hi. Silas, hi. Welcome. Welcome, hi. Welcome, everybody. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a great day. Today, we're going to be doing an art stream. I mean, of course, it's an art stream, but we're doing an art class stream today. Yay! Hi, welcome in. Welcome, everybody. I hope you had a great weekend. Like I said, today is going to be a art class. An art class with me as your professor. As your professor today, I will be teaching you ways to improve your art as well as other things. Yes. Hello. Hi, how are you guys doing today? So we had people submit their artworks today. Hold on, I'm gonna mark these of who they belong to. We had people submit their artworks in the Discord and on Twitter, although I didn't get any submissions on Twitter. But if you want to submit your art for review today, feel free to go ahead and do that through this here. And I will go ahead and give you like a thorough analysis of your art. Don't worry, I will be kind, I will be fair, I will not be a jerk. I promise. And if I am a jerk, you let me know, because I don't want to be a jerk ever to you guys. Hold on, let me mark who these are all by, just so that we can have people be like, oh, that's so-and-so's art on screen. This is Shira's here. This is Shira's. This is Silas's. And then this was Alconium. Excuse me while I write these names down. And I did type up like a bunch of stuff, so for these. So we'll be going over all my like little notes and stuff. But yeah, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let's go ahead and get this started here with our first submission by Silas. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me grab my notes here. Okay, there we go. Haha. I am a prepared professional. Yes. Okay, so this is Silas's piece that Silas submitted to us today. As you can see, there's a lot of really nice things about this piece. So I want to break these each into 4 things. So first things we're going to go over are things we like about the piece, or things I like about the piece. And then we're going to go over things that you said you wanted to work on, which is part of the which was part of the like the assignment. I sound like a teacher. Part of the assignment was to put things that you say you want to work on. Oh, also hi Gilster, welcome to stream. Hello. Things you want to work on, things to improve the submission, and things you can do to challenge yourself in the future. So those are the 4 categories, okay, guys? Those are the 4 categories of things that we're gonna cover for this, okay? Let me move myself back over to the left here. Okay, here we go. And Gomi is here as my teacher's assistant today. Oh wait, did I turn the Gomi redeem back on? I don't know if I did. It's fine. Anyways, okay, so let's go over the things I like about this piece. First off, I really like the contrasting colors that Silas chose for this piece. The red and the teal are very good because they are on opposite sides of the color wheel. Which is really, first off, that's a really good choice of colors. If you're gonna have a character who's mostly red like this, a nice blue cool background is a great choice. I gotta say that's very complimentary. Sounds fair and educational. Yes, exactly. Yes, that's what we're gonna do, is be fair and educational today. Another really good thing I like about this piece is the attention to detail in the armor and the sword. Like there's a lot of really nice detail in like the stuff that's on the hat, on the sword, on the armor. There's a lot of really good attention to detail in this piece for armor. So I really like those 2 things are my It was so much work. I bet. I hate drawing armor specifically. So when I saw this, I was like, ooh, that's nice. Yeah. So yeah, those are the two things I really think you excelled at with this are the color choices. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I will do that right now. And welcome in, Cam. Welcome in. So those are the two things that I think you really excelled at for this was your choice of colors and your attention to detail on the armor and the sword. Now let's see the things that you said you wanted to work on. This is what Silas said they wanted to work on for their art. Colors. So you were saying that you wanted to work on colors. And I'm not exactly sure all too much of what you're talking about with colors. Like, what specifically do you think you need to work on for colors? But I will say, if you're worried about colors, as far as this piece went, you did a really good job picking the colors. If you want to get more information about like specific color stuff, I think studying color theory would be a good idea for you. More so on shades. Oh, okay, so like shading. So like if you wanted to shade this piece, since your background is blue, I would shade it with blue. A lot of people recommend you don't shade with just one color, but I think it's not a bad thing to do, honestly. I would suggest maybe like a blue or purple for shading this to match the background and hue and stuff. If you're looking more into like what colors for shading and stuff like that, I do have a bunch of tutorials here on my computer about different types of atmospheric shading that I will be uploading to the Discord server on Art Resources if you like. Let me pull up some stuff here about color theory on stream. I lost track of time working on a boat on Minecraft. Nice. Well, did you get it done? Did you get the boat done? I'm so used to just doing a slight gray of shade on everything. This is actually helping me a lot already. Oh yeah. That's actually a thing a lot of people do when they first start off is they start with shading with gray. Shading with colors is a lot better to do for shading. Let me grab some stuff here. I'm gonna get this loaded up on stream. Let me get this loaded up on streams. I have tutorials that I've gathered over the years that I think will help with that kind of thing that you're talking about. So let me just get this on screen here. Okay, there we go. Let's see here. Let me load up these tutorials. Excuse me. Let me load up these tutorials. Let's see here. Where's that color tutorial? Oh, wait, it's in my folder. Yeah. Let me grab my folder here. My alarm went off as I was finishing putting the finishing touches to it. Nice! So you finished the boat. That's good. That's good. That's good. Good going. Okay, let's see here. Hold on. Let me grab my art tutorials. I swear I'm a prepared professional teacher. Yes, exactly. Shading. Here we go. Okay, so here's some atmospheric shading tutorials I have, and I'm gonna put these in to the server as well. This one's really good. Let's see here. This one and this one are good. Okay, so these are some tutorials I found over the years for different types of shading, for atmospheric shading or just like mood shading. So there's things like different types of the day that you can do different types of shading for. There's also different types of environments that you can shade for. Like if you're in the forest and there's a bunch of green stuff, your character is going to have a little bit of green coming onto them. If it's nighttime, you want to put a little bit of blue on them. If it's a warm situation, you want to do like an overlay of red. These are really great tutorials. I'll be putting these into the server for you, Silas, if you want to check those out. This is just an example of like, this is from Gigi. I don't know if you guys remember, Gigi is an artist who draws this comic called Cucumber Quest that I really like. This is about how like different types of shading makes your character look different in different situations. Yes, thank you. So I will be putting those into the Discord server right now for that, before I forget. It's going to be under Theater in the Art Resources channel, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put those tutorials in there for you right now before I forget. Where's my folder? Oh, there it is. Sorry, too many windows, too many different things going on. Okay, let's put those tutorials in there for you right now, Silas. I'm gonna put these in here. I always keep a bunch of tutorials on hand. Oh! Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub, Harris. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub, Harris. Bum, bum. Those are good tutorials. They really are. They really are. Like, they give you specific colors to use. They give you specific colors to use, and they also tell you what opacities are good to set as well. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the continued support. I appreciate it. Thank you. So I'm putting those in there as well. I also have some color theory stuff that we can go over as well for shading. Let me see here. Oh, thank you for the biddies.
My mind is foggy at the moment.
I guess Gomi's out of points still. I'm gonna go ahead and shut Gomi down. Gomi's out of points still for the month. That's okay. Let's see here. Oh, there's also light direction tutorials that I have that are very useful as well. If you're wondering about shading, I do have a bunch of light tutorials on there in my in my tutorial folder on my computer as well. Like different ways that the face can be shaded, and different parts of the body are when they're shaded. So if you want those as well, I can upload those as well to the server. But as far as shading goes, do I have just something specific for just shading? Hold up, I know I do somewhere around here in this big old folder of stuff I have a good like color theory shading thing. Oh, here we go. This one. Yeah, this one's really good. This one's... Oh, wait, no. Why did I close my folder? Stupid. Why did I close my folder? That was stupid. Give me a moment. I closed the folder. I didn't mean to close the folder. Okay, shading. Yes, okay, here we go. This, right here. This is a quick shading tutorial that's pretty useful. And it talks about how, like, different types of shading can be used. Let me zoom in on it here. Why is it so JPEG-y? Did I save this weird? I don't know. But okay, so like for examples for shading, as you can see, the ones on the left are like really good because they're like more contrasty shades of color for shading. And then the ones on the rights are just, they're kind of okay for shading, but they're just kind of like monogamous more that way. But yeah, I'll try to find a better version of this when I get a second, and I'll put that on this server as well. The other things that Silas said that they wanted to work on for their art here in the future. Okay, yeah, color theory and shading. Yes, okay. So we did talk over shading. Yeah, I appreciate it. I suppose I have a hard time with highlights too. I know that fell somewhat in line with shading too. Yeah, so let me make a real quick example here. Let's make this orange colored ball here. Let's make an orange colored ball here. Okay, here's a quick shading tutorial, okay? Here's this orange ball. We want to shade the orange ball. We will make a new layer for the shading. We'll select the area we want to shade. I will fill that area. I do a thing called reverse shading, which is where I put all my dark colors down, and then I erase the parts that I want to be brighter. So say the light source is coming from this direction over here. This is a really quick shading tutorial, okay? It's going to be very quick. Say the light source is coming from this direction. So then I want to take, this is my multiply layer here. I want to take my multiply layer and I want to erase. You can use whatever kind of tool you want for erasing. Some people like to do soft shading. Some people like to do cell shading. This is a soft shading here with like an airbrush tool or a soft tool. For cell shading, you can use a more hard edge tool like this. But for most of my stuff, I like to use a soft edge unless I want something to look more like sleek and like slippery or whatever. That's when I'll use a hard edge for things for shading. So this is where our light source is going to go, and as it goes down, it's going to get more and more dark. And as you can see, I am shading this orange with a purple because a purple is like in direct contrast with this orange. It's almost on the opposite side of the wheel. If you want to make something like the opposite color of what your base color is for shading, and you still want it to look a little bit warm, like if it's a warm color and you're going for a cool color for shading, but you still want it to have some warmth to it, I highly recommend purple as your shading color, especially if you're shading people, because if you use blue, it might send the tone of like they're dying or they're looking pale. But blue is also a good color for shading this orange here. If we use blue, it's a nice color as well. But I think the purple personally is a lot prettier. That's just a specific thing. Yee, welcome to stream. So then, if we're using this, we do that. You can also add a second layer of shading if you feel up for it. This adds. I would try to do at least 3 tiers of shading for your pieces. Well, actually, okay, so we want at least 4 shades of color in this. So we'll have a really dark color, a medium color, the base color, and then we'll have a highlight color. That's what I try to do with all my pieces, is try to do that. And we're gonna lower this opacity a little bit on this. There we go. And then when you go to add your highlight color, you want it to be the opposite color of your shading color. That's what I do, is I go for the opposite color of my shading color. So since I use purple for the shading, I'm going to use yellow for the highlight color. And see how that like pops in there? And if you put on luminosity,
this is my birthday gift to you, my final gift for your cool birthday, Pixie.
Oh my goodness!
I hope enjoy this wonderful gift objection. Yeah. Tilda sent
oh my gosh! Yes, I've been wanting to play that game forever. Thank you so much, Souls. Ace Attorney, Apollo Ace Attorney, yay! Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, I've been getting a lot of birthday like stuff this week, and I'm very happy. I want to show you guys some of the fan art I got yesterday from people for my birthday real quick while we have this chance to talk about stuff like that. Let me go ahead and grab those real quick. I do want to show those on stream. Let's see here. Just a minor diversion. We'll get back to art class in a second. Just a minor diversion. I just want to show you guys real quick. Here's the one from Gilster that I got. And oh my gosh, it's so cute. Look at little Gomi. Look at little Gomi in there. It's so cute. I love it. And that big old cake. Oh my gosh, I want to eat that cake. It looks so good. And then we have this also really adorable piece from Winter, one of my friends, Winter, who drew Gomi as like a cupcake with a crown on. It's so cute. And the little paws at the bottom. I love the little paws at the bottom. Oh, it's not belated. My birthday is actually on Wednesday. No, it's not belated. These are early, which I'm very happy about. I'm very happy that people got them done early, which is very, very kind and sweet of them. Yes, thank you. No, my birthday is actually going to be on Wednesday, and we're actually going to be celebrating it on stream with y'all. I'm doing a collab for Lethal Company with some friends, and then after that we're gonna play some Gartic Phone with you guys, and some of the people from the collab want to join in for that as well. So that'll be super fun. But yeah, let's get back to class here. Sorry. So like you see here, this creates at least a 4 range of value for this little ball here, and if you want to even be a little extra, so like I was saying with shiny stuff, if you want to make this ball look a little glossy, you can add this like counter light on the bottom here, and then if we want to make it even look more glossy, we can use a hard edge for the highlight as well, and then add like these little like shines to it, and then we can like put the little shines in here too, and this is like This is just me being extra here, right? Okay? But like, yeah, like, it almost looks like a Dragon Ball, doesn't it? Looks like a Dragon Ball. But there's a quick shading tutorial for you. So the colors that we used for shading, let's go over this again. Since it's an orange, we used a purple for the shading, and we also used a yellow for the highlights, because yellow and purple are those opposite colors that we talked about. Now, if we chose a blue for our base color, like if we had a blue or a dark color, we could shade it with like a red and or a purple or whatever. Experiment with your colors. It's never just one color that is the right answer for everything. Feel free to go ahead and like go around and on your little like wheels and stuff for your programs, and just kind of be like, oh, this color looks better here, and if that color looks better for you for shading, go ahead and use that color. It also depends on like kind of mood you want to go for your shading. So keep that in mind while you're working on your stuff. But yeah, that's some quick shading and color advice. Let me get rid of all of that. There we go. But yeah, Silas, thank you for submitting your piece. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, so the next thing, oh yeah, you also said you wanted to go over eyes. Yes. So, sorry, I'm all over the place. I completely forgot my notes. Okay, so you also said you wanted to cover eyes. So, what specifically did you want to cover for eyes? Like, what style eyes, or you want to like find like how to draw eyes, or let me know in the chat, because if there's a specific style of eye that you want to study for like drawing, I would say look up the style that you prefer for eyes, like anime eyes, cartoon eyes, and maybe like practice it, you know? Ah, yes, the shading and lighting gives it a golden or gem-like look to it. Yeah. Because, so, like, for me, I started off drawing because of Pokemon, and I started my style based off of a lot of, like, Pokemon designs and stuff like that. And then I slowly went into anime, and now my eyes are specifically anime styled. How to draw, mainly I have a hard time with shaping and such and the insides of it. Okay, so let's go real quick here then. And I highly recommend that everybody in stream do this, is that I recommend you guys get a Pinterest account, because there are a lot of really good tutorials on Pinterest specifically for this kind of thing. So let's just go on Pinterest. We're going to type in eyes here, or parts of the eyes here. Or no, just eye tutorial. Just type in eye tutorial drawing. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. There are a lot of tutorials on eyes. But I want to specifically also go over parts of the eyes. So let's also look up eye parts on Google Images. So let's go over specific parts of the eye, because this is actually a really good thing to learn for when you're drawing for people. Certain people will use the terminology for different parts of the eye, and they'll be specific about what they want for those colors. So a lot of people like to talk about the sclera when they're talking about certain OCs. Certain OCs will have like black sclera, white sclera, pink sclera. So the sclera is this white part of the eye here. The little whites of the eyes, that is the sclera. The pupil is the part in the very middle of the eye. That is your black part of your eye. There's also the iris, which is the colored part of the eye. You do not specifically have to make every pupil of every eye black. In fact, a lot of times when I color my eyes, I do just a darker version of what the iris is. These are the more specific parts of the eye if you want to get into specific anatomy, but we're not eye doctors, so we don't have to worry about that. We're not going to cover that today. Now, as far as like eye coloring goes, a lot of people start off with their base color and they slowly add the shading as they go. I will show you specifically how I color my eyes if you like. Let me make some eyes real quick. I can make an eye real quick here. Specifically, this is how I do my eyes. I'll start off by, let's see here. I start off by drawing like a weird, like, upside down U shape, and then I'll draw a bottom shape. And then depending on how big I want to draw my eye, I'll do like a little line here in the middle. This is going to be the eyelid up here. So I'll do like a little line here in the middle. We'll go ahead and make this top lash here. And you want to arrange the top lash with whatever mood is going on. So if your character's feeling a bit more tired, you'll lower the lash down to here. If your character's really awake and alert, or if you have a really happy character, you'll go up here. Round eyes like this, usually communicate that the character is a little bit more of a dopey, lighthearted character. And then, oops, excuse me, I don't know why I tilted my canvas. Slanty eyes make the characters look more serious. More slanty, more like flows kind of eye makes a character look more serious. So this character would be like, oh, cutesy, happy, whatever. And then this character would be like, serious, edgy, maybe. So those are like two different styles I use for my eyes. For the most part, those are the two styles of eyes that I use. I don't really experiment all that much with my styles of eyes. I should probably maybe get into more of that, honestly, as even your professor has room to grow. No, I mean, especially me. I have lots of room that I need to work on. I have things that I'm working on too, so don't ever feel like, oh, I have so much to do, she's so much better than me. No, I have stuff to do too, guys. Don't worry about it. I have stuff I want to work on too. Okay, so there's like the top lash, and here's the bottom lash, and I'm gonna put a couple lashes on that as well. So then we'll put the iris here, right there. Let's go ahead and show you guys how I shade my eyes real quick. So here's a base color for an eye. Let's go ahead, we'll pick this color here. Yeah, this is a good color. Okay, we'll start with this color, and then we'll go slightly lighter, and we'll highlight the bottom part of this eye. We'll highlight the bottom part of this eye. And you can see already I'm making a space for where my pupil is gonna be. So then once we do that, we're gonna actually go into making the pupil. I'm gonna use a very dark color for this part, and I'm making that right here in the middle of this iris. And I like to erase a little part right here, just for honestly, I don't even know why I do this. I think it looks nice. A lot of things I do in my art, I'm just like, I did it because it looks nice. And then we're gonna make an outline for the pupil by choosing an even darker color, even maybe close to black. If you want to do close to black, I never try. The only time I use like directly black or directly white in my art is if I'm doing lines with it. My line work is directly black, but other than that, I never go directly black with any of my coloring. Let's see here, and then for the highlights, so we made the pupil here. Here's the pupil. Merge that in there. Design and art is mostly experimentation and finding what works. Exactly. I know the detail in the iris does get me hung up a lot. Yeah, no. And everybody has very, like, specific styles they like to draw their eyes as well. So, like, you guys don't have to do it my way. I'm just showing you my way as to maybe, like, give you some kind of ideas of what to do. So these are the eye shines. We're going to put some eye shines in here on the side. And as you can see, this kind of relates to... Where's the parts of the eye again? Hold up. Let me show this. See how in this iris there are like little squiggles of like highlights and stuff? When I'm coloring my eyes, I add this in to kind of give that feel of the same kind of like squiggles that are in the iris. This is kind of like doing that almost. And that's the relation to that in anime, is that they're trying to communicate those little squiggles in the iris, the little highlights in the iris. And then I will go another step after that, and I'll add another big, this is a shine on the eye, to basically give a shine onto the eye to make it look glossy. I'll make this usually a yellow or a blue. I'll add in there, and then I'll add a luminosity to that, and that makes it like kind of like a glossiness to the eyes. My in real life eyes white screen flash. Oh no. And then I'll add even more. I'm adding even more stuff. I'll add some related colors. So I just kind of go around this same color and add a lot of the same colors to it until I get to this part where I'll start adding things from other parts of the color wheel onto this eye. I'll add things like this color, and I'll add things like, oh, maybe this color here. And then like maybe I'll add a little airbrush of, oh, I don't know, this color here. Let's try, yeah, there. We'll add this in as like another little shine to make the eye kind of look like a little glossy there. And then finally, this is my last step for my eyes. I will add a big old white little shine in the corner, and maybe one over here. And then if I'm feeling a little extra that day, I'll add like little moe stuff, like little sparkles in here, and a little sparkle here, and oh, maybe I feel like adding a little heart in there, and maybe I want to add a bazillion different hearts and make it super moe. But that is a basic, a very basic eye coloring tutorial for you. Like I said, my way is not the correct way. You should find out whatever way works best for you. And let's see here. Okay, we had a couple other things that Silas wanted to go over, and then we'll get to the next piece, okay, guys? Expressions. Let's go to expressions next. Hello, Bobo. Boba, I'm teaching a class right now. I don't have time for your noise. What are you doing down there? What are you doing down there? What? I'm teaching. Oh, oops, sorry, my model got messed up. Okay, I need to learn glasses too. Oh, yeah. Glasses are fun as well. I probably could find a tutorial here on Pinterest about glasses if I looked. Oop, excuse me. Let's pull up glasses just real quick. Just get, because we only had 3 submissions for today, so if you guys want to divert my attention away to other things while I'm teaching you, that's perfectly fine by me. Yeah, oh, here we go. This is really good. It points out different angles for glasses. This is also really good if you're making a VTuber model. This would be very helpful. Let me go ahead and put this into the server for you as well. Different head angles with glasses. That's very nice. Yeah, I like that pin. Yeah. This is a good one. This is a good one. Hold up, wait. Oh, you guys can't see the whole screen. Excuse me. There we go. Let me just fiddle with this real quick. Hold up. There we go. Maybe I should move over because I'm blocking like half the screen, huh? Let me move over. There we go. Okay, that's better. Now I'm blocking the whole screen for the tutorials. Okay. What were we doing? Oh yeah, expressions. Yes. So, as far as expressions go, learning how to do better expressions, I'm guessing that's what you were getting at. I would highly recommend this tutorial from the Lackadaisy creator. I learned a lot from this tutorial specifically when I was trying to learn better expressions. This is a big picture. This is a big one. I'm just gonna link this in the art resources channel, but this is actually a really good tutorial about different expressions. Lackadaisy, the creator of Lackadaisy, is a very good artist, and they made this whole big old tutorial about different expressions and how to move the eyes and eyebrows and mouth to make different expressions. So I'm gonna link this in the art resources. But there are very easy, simple ways. Let me give a very simple, easy expression tutorial real quick here. So, you want to start with learning how to do the 3 basic expressions, which are, oops, can I draw? Can I, please? Thank you. The 3 basic expressions that you want to learn, and most people are good at this. So, And most people can learn this right away. So there's happy. Oopsie. Excuse me. Can I draw that, please? Thank you. My stylus is acting a little uppity today. There's happy. There's sad. Of course, everybody knows sad. Everybody knows sad, happy, sad. And then... was it angry? I think it was angry was the third one. Yeah, the third one is just angry, which is like that. So those are the 3 basic expressions that most people know how to do. Now, we can make these even more intense by adding different kinds of eyebrows and different kinds of mouth movements as well. So if we want to make this more sad, we just make the eyebrows go upside down. So eyebrows go this way, angry. Eyebrows go this way, scared or sad. Eyebrows go this way, sad. Happy, you can add more expression to this by making the eyebrows go up more. Up more. Let's see, if we wanted to add even more to the sad, we could add little eye drops. We could make the eyes look sad. We could do this. We can make the eyes go like you're sucking in your tears. You're trying to hold them back. If we wanted to make this even more happy, we could add like shines to the eyes and sparkles and ooh, super sparkles, and we could even have their mouth open, be like, ah, expressions happy. If we wanted to make this more mad, we can make the eyes even match the eyebrows by closing in the eyes more. So these are the 3 components you want to focus on when you're doing your expressions. What the eyebrows are doing, what the eyebrows are doing, what the eyes are doing, and what the mouth is doing. So the mouth form is also very important for expressions. Having a simple smile like this is just like, oh, I'm just a little happy. And then when you open up the mouth more, it's like, oh, I'm really happy. Oh, I'm expressing my happiness with my mouth open. When you have the mouth sad and then you open up the mouth when it's sad, it looks like you're crying out in pain. Like, oh, my life is ruined. I'm so sad. Or say, and vice versa. If you open up the mouth when you're angry, it looks like you're yelling. It looks like you're yelling, ah, I hate everything. What if you remove the eyebrows? The eyebrows, so even if you remove the eyebrows on this one, you could still tell it's angry, right? Because of the eye shape I made on it. So that's an important thing to note. Yes, that's actually a good point. Oh, come on, bot. Why are you doing this to me? I got a bot. Sorry, I had to take care of this. So that's another good point, Strange Dragon, that you make, that you should be able to tell the expression of your character even without eyebrows. So when you're doing your expressions, also focus on, you know, the eyes themselves, because a lot of times people's hair can get in the way of the eyebrows and you won't see the eyebrows all too well for the expression. So sometimes when you're drawing characters like with really messy hair, can you really see those eyebrows? No, you can't see them all too well that way. So then you might want to focus on making the eyes good as well. But eyebrows, eyes, and mouths are the main focus for expressions, in my opinion. There's also, you know, and once you've conquered these 3 emotions, there's also things like scared, like, oh, I'm so scared, I'm so worried, oh, I'm really freaking out here. So you can add like little sweat drops and like, oh, like basic little like, I call this like fear shade. I don't know what you would call this. This is like an anime thing where it's just like, oh, scared. You can add that as well. You can do different things with your mouth shape for that. You can make it look like wiggly like this, like unsure. You can also do a wiggly mouth like this for when you're making your character like embarrassed or blushing or flustered. It's just like, oh, hee hee. And this kind of has the same. These both come from the sad. Can come from the sad eyebrows. The sad eyebrows can be used for blushing and scared as well. Oh, you can also do this with your eyebrows if you want to make your character look a little cocky, a little like arrogant. You can be like, You'll be like, yeah, I know. or yeah, even inquisitive. Just moving the eyebrows just a little bit creates a completely different expression on a character. You'd be like, yeah, I know. Or, is that, oh, really? That's like a, oh, really kind of face. But yeah, there's all kinds of fun things you can do with your expressions. Play around with them, practice them. There is going to be, like I said earlier, I did put the this big Lackadaisy creators tutorial in the server as well for expressions. So if you guys want to play around with those, then you can, you know, do what you want with those as well. But yeah, like I was saying, they do have a lot of the stuff I was talking about. Oh, there are expression charts. I would say if you want to learn expressions, expression chart memes are really good to do as well. Hold on, let me find one of those real quick here. If you have a character like an OC that you want to practice with, let's see, expression chart. I would say find one of these expression charts and practice your character with it. Like one of these, fill out one of these over time, and you'll get some good expressions and practice out of this as well. Let's see here. I gotta do some of these to practice. Yeah. I will put this as well in the art resources channel for expression practice for you guys if you want to practice these. Let's see here. Oh, hold on. Sorry, I have a message about my commissions. My commissions are currently open. In case anybody's curious, my commissions are currently open for the month. I have 9 spots left. There's the information. Hold on, I do have a message about it, though. Somebody messaged me about it. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so then we covered expressions for Silas as well. So we went over eyes, and we went over shading, and we went over expressions, and I think that was all the things that you... Oh, and color theory. And I think that was all the things that Silas said that they wanted to work on. So now let's go over things that I think that can improve this submission specifically. And this is the part where I'm going to be redlining this picture. And if you submit your stuff for the art class today, just know that it's going to get redlined, but I am going to be very, very respectful when I'm doing my redlining, okay? I'm using a separate layer for this. I'm not drawing directly on top of it. So the first thing that I did notice when I pulled up this picture here is that the farmer's hat that you have on the top of the head here actually does need to be lowered down a little bit. So I would probably lower it down to this level right here. Also, since the head is tilting forward, I would also have the hat itself tilt forward as well. I wonder if I could just grab that and morph it in the thing. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll just grab it and morph it in here. So that's one thing that I did notice that it could use some work, is just moving this hat down and positioning it. And that's kind of something you learn more as you get more into like drawing, is just like the position of things and how things are affected by the movement of the body. So I would just move this down like this much, I think would be good for that. So that's one thing. And you want, anytime you put a hat on a character, you want to think about the space in the hat that's being occupied by the head. So like say we had a ball cap on here, the brim would be here. This is the head. This is the top of the head here. The brim would be here, and then the rest of the head would be inside the hat. Same thing with this, where there's a cone hat, like a Asian farmer hat. Most people, like if you look up references of Asian Asian farmer's hat, most people's heads, the top of their head will be up in here of the Asian farmer hat. I know my poses are pretty stiff. I definitely gonna work on that too. I still have that same issue myself. I've gotten a little bit better, I feel like, over the years. That was another thing I was gonna say, is the pose here can get it could be a little bit like a little bit better. I do think that you did a really good job though by positioning this top of the body here up and down like that. So like your body shape is like this. I would try to do it more like this. Like, so then here's the head, here's the arms. I would pull the chest in like this, and then out like this, maybe. Even. I don't know. You just kind of like maybe make more of a little bit of an S shape, I think, and that would be perfect. But you did a really good job with like the positioning of this. But I think if you drew this this part of the outfit a little bit more in like this, that would have done a little bit less of a what was the word you used? Stiff. It would have been a little bit more, less stiff of a pose. But I think already you had a very good like basic start to this. So I think this all in all is a really good piece. I know you said it's not one of your best pieces, but I think it's a pretty good piece. The other thing I would say is that maybe if you wanted to improve this a little bit more, I would move the character over to the side instead of having them dead on in the middle of the composition. That's the only other suggestion I would make, but if you do want to keep your character in the middle of the composition, that is perfectly fine. I do see a lot of pieces online, though, where it's just like somebody has a piece of art and then they just have like the character in the middle and that's it. And it's like, well, there's not much interest going on here in the piece. If you do want to keep your character in the center, if you don't feel like moving them, I would say maybe add some like petals like going in the front of your character as well, like just like flowing across the screen. Because I did see that you did add like a petal brush to your background. So if you want to like add some more like interest to like your piece here without changing the composition, I would say have some petals that are like up close to the camera, or some that are like a little bit farther away. You know, just add like a little bit of petals going in front of your character here. That would add some interest to it, and bring the composition together. And maybe also, here's another suggestion. When you go to shade this, if you're going to shade this, I don't know if you plan on shading this, I would suggest the lighting from this direction would be really good, because then you could have like a dark shadow over the face, and you could have like different parts of the character being hit by light. So like the light would hit up here and here and here on the arms and on the sword, and then you could have like some really dark like shading on your character's face, and I think that would make it look moody and interesting. But as far as like poses go, and like learning different things for posing, references are like so good for this kind of thing. Like, let's look up a drawing sword reference real quick here on Pinterest. I like to use Pinterest a lot. Can you tell? I do like that. Yeah. Add some petals and add some like lighting from above your character, and I think that would be like really good. For keeping that character in the center of the composition there. Let's see here. Hold on. What was I gonna look up? Oh yeah, drawing sword. Or no, wait. Unsheathing. Yeah, unsheathing blade pose. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, here's some unsheathing blade poses that you can draw from. Oh, there's even different ways to hold your knife poses for references. There's all kinds of really, really great poses that people have gone and drawn out here that are really good. There's so many different poses. You can find a ton of different poses and references on Pinterest. That's another great thing about Pinterest. Ooh, this one right here is really dynamic. I like this a lot. Where the hair is flowing as well. This is really good for reference. Or if you want like a more up-close shot of your character, this is really good here. See how the character's not exactly... The character's in the middle of this picture, but the arm is on the side, creating some more interest in this space. It creates a more unique composition because the arm is up like that. That's really good right there. That's a really good. Oh, this is... And now, if you're feeling a little more adventurous and you want to try perspective later on in your art journey, this is really good right here. This perspective... It is really nice. That's really nice. Ooh, this is really good too. Sorry, I'm gonna be on Pinterest all day today. Let's see here. Still working out on a new job before I move, but otherwise okay. Hi, Brookie. Welcome to stream. How are you doing? I hope you're having a great day. You're working on a new job? I hope you get your new job. Yeah. A manageable one, yes. 3 points perspective. I know some stuff I was looking to. Actually, I did have somebody else who was asking about perspective, so we will get to perspective here today in stream as well. But yeah, Pinterest is really good for that kind of stuff. Let's see. I had some other stuff I wanted to show here. Let's see. Oh yeah, and then I saw on Facebook that you said I just promise I'm not stalking you, but I did see this on Facebook that you were interested in this like replicating this artist here's style. Their name is Parallel. I saw that you were interested in that, and I thought I might give you some stuff for that as well. Yes. Let's see here. So things to challenge yourself to do in the future and to maybe reach this style. I did notice this artist has a color palette that they like to stick to for their work. So maybe in the future, if you're looking to try to come close to what this artist is doing with their art, I would say try doing a color palette challenge. Now, if none of you guys have heard of a color palette challenge before, this is actually a thing that was trending for a little bit in the art community, where people were drawing specific art pieces with just one color palette, which is very interesting to me. But they would do a color palette challenge like this, and it's like, okay, make a character or draw your character with only these colors in mind. So if you want to try to challenge yourself for that a little bit, you can do that. You can do the color palette challenge there for a picture. Some people have done, a lot of people have done these kind of color palette challenges where they just make a character with one color palette, or they do their whole piece with one color palette. Ooh, these are some really good ones. Hold up, let me pull these up. Wait, that's so small. Why is that so small? Excuse me? Why is that so small? What do you mean your connection is private? Okay, I can't look at that apparently. I don't know why I can't look at this. Oh, it's an ArtStation color. Okay, hold on. Learn more. Okay, that's stupid. Advanced. Can I go anyways? Proceed, thank you. Proceed. Proceed! You stupid thing. Oh, okay, it wouldn't let me go there. Anyways. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Here's one. Here we go. Okay, see how these different characters are used with only one color palette? This is a really good example right here. These are really good. So they just took the character and they used only one color palette. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay. My allergies are acting up. Okay, anyways, yeah, color palette challenges are a fun way to kind of get into. It looks like this person does a lot of things where they just pick a specific kind of range of colors and they go for that. Other details I noticed in this person's style that I think you might like to know about, that I noticed, is that they add little screens of bubbles into their highlights, which I think is a very interesting detail. You can download little vectors of different bubble screens like that off the internet. I have one specifically here. Let's see here. Hold on, I'm finding it. Where is it? Where's that screen I have for bubbles? Where's my bubble screen? Hello? Where are you? I have too many things in these folders, I swear. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is a halftone pattern. So if you want to look up halftone pattern to kind of replicate that in your art style, these are really good. You can set this on as a screen on top of something to make a halftone pattern on the shading like they did with theirs. Let's see here. And then other things I noticed about this person's style is that they have a square shape for their pupils and irises. And I don't think it's a bad thing to practice somebody else's style to influence your own. that's how you find your style as an artist, is just by like adding things that you like from other people's style and combining it to your own. The only thing I do say to be wary of when you do this kind of thing where you're trying to like replicate another artist style is that you should try not to go too close to it, because some people get really touchy about that kind of thing. But it is a good starting point for a lot of like artists when you're first starting out, to kind of just like find an artist that you like and maybe try to replicate their stuff a little bit on your own way. And then, you know, like maybe combine it with 2 or 3 other artists that you really like and just kind of feel what's natural and then kind of go from there. But this artist, they do a really good job. Their art is really nice. Ooh, is that Demon Slayer? Oh, it is. Oh, nice. They have really nice art. I definitely say if you this is a good artist for you to be like looking up to. I do think that they have some really good art and they are definitely worth admiring. So okay, now we're gonna go on to the next person. But yeah, Silas, I hope that was there was a lot of good tips there for you about how, like, ways to improve your stuff. I think you're already off to a great start as an artist, by the way, if you want my opinion. Which, I mean, obviously you did because you submitted your art, but but I think you're already off to a really great start with this picture here. Your choices of color and your attention to detail show that you do have the beginning like aspects of drawing. You do have a lot of promise here as an artist, I think, and I think things are gonna go well for you. Yeah. Just keep practicing and keep the things in mind. Don't be afraid to look up tutorials when you need tutorials or references. Get a bunch of references and just be like looking all over and like, yeah, I think you got it. You got it. You're gonna be good. Okay, so let's go on to Shira's now. This is Shira's piece. This is a really pretty piece as well. Let me go over the things that I like about this piece. Let me tell thee all the ways that I love thee. I give this artist art an 8 out of 10. Ooh, that's a nice high score. Yeah. Let me take a sip here. Looks awesome, Shira. Yeah, I agree. So the things I really like about this Shira, I like the shading. Your shading on this is really good, and I know you said you got a friend to help you with the shading, but the shading here is really good. As you guys can see already, like I mentioned earlier in stream, there is at least 3 or 4 different tones of shading on this. So like we have, even just for the hair, we have a dark oops, excuse me, I can't draw. Okay, we have a even for the hair, we have a dark tone. We have a couple mid-tones. There's a couple mid-tones here and here, and then we have a highlight as well. So this is actually some really nice shading on these as well. And then let's see what else. Oh, the pose is good and the fluff is drawn really well as well. I really like how like this I really like how Shira was not afraid to do as much fluff as possible on different parts of this body. A lot of furry artists will just kind of draw out like the shoulder like this, and there was no fluff at all on the shoulder, and I'm like, that is a missed opportunity. And yes, you did add the fluff, which is actually really good to do for a furry character. This is very fluffy. Even the way that the shading is done, there is fluff in the shading as well. You can see here that there's like some marks here on the shading. Let's zoom in. Enhance booba. Even here in like the arms and the legs and the stomach, you can see fluffy shading going on, where the shading's not just like a block like this. It could have just been a block like this. It's literally, there's little marks in the shading that add to the fluffiness of the texture. So that is really good. Like that right there, chef's kiss. Mwah. Good work there. Give the furries fluff. Yes, don't be afraid to give the furries fluff. And even here on like the thigh, the upper thigh, there is more fluff here as well. Let's see here. So those are the things I really like, is the shading, the pose, and the fluffiness. I really like those 3 things a lot. Now let's see here. The things that you said you wanted to work on. You said you wanted to work on head and face angles. For like you were talking about different perspectives, and I made sure to clarify with you that you were talking specifically about the head angles. So one thing I do recommend looking at for that is that there's actually quite a few tutorials for this for VTuber making. Let's see here. Where are those? Did I have that here? Oh, no. That's something else. Sorry. Okay, yes. So this is actually a thing that a lot of people put up for VTuber makers, is this head angle thing here. And I feel like this would actually be very helpful for you as well. So this shows how like the different parts of the head move for different parts of, like looking down, looking up. One thing that I recommend doing for anything like that to start off with is this thing called the T method. The T method is really good for head movement. So let's pretend this is our head here. This is our basic head. This is like the top of the head. Oops, hold up. This is the head, and this is like the chin and mouth area here, okay? This is the T method. So we go here, and where these two shapes intersect, we make a T. And this would be like your basic looking forward pose, right? That'd be like your basic looking forward pose. Now, if we wanted to look down, we would go like this, and then we make the T go down here into this area, and we could have the eyes go down like this. And it looks a little funny, so we'd probably cut top of the head off a little bit more. But as you can see, if you want the head to be looking in different directions, actually you can just do a circle too if you want, if it's more helpful. If you want the head looking up, you put the T up here. If you want the head looking down, you put the T down here. If you want the head looking to the side, you move the T over here. And you want to curve your T when you're looking on sideways. So then where the T is helps you figure out where your eyes and your mouth and your everything else is gonna be. And I kind of just, after a while, you figure out from where you put your T, where your mouth and your eyes and your nose are gonna go. After a while, you kind of just figure out, okay, this is the spot where this goes. So there's another T, there's another face over that way. There's the T looking up, which is like this. And I got better at this through doing Live 2D and VTuber model rigs. It helped me figure out how to do this a little bit better for faces. But there are quite a few tutorials on Pinterest for this as well. And not just the VTuber ones, but also like let's just look up head angle tutorials. I am going to put this VTuber help one on the server though. Let me go ahead and put that one on the server for you right now, Shira. We're gonna go ahead and put that on there. That one's on there. Okay, there we go. It's in the Art Resources channel. There's also different kinds of lighting for different head angles as well. This is a really detailed one. This is very nice. Let's see here. There's also tutorials on like how the irises like get smaller as you turn the head to the side. This one's really good about that. That's a really good one as well. Consistent face angles will be a pain, but I'm willing to learn for real. Yeah. Oh, Huffy, welcome to stream. Hello. How are you doing today? Welcome. We're doing an art class today. I'm doing an art class today. If you want to submit your art, if you have some art that you'd like some advice on, feel free to enter in. There's the info there, pinned. Oh wait, I should pin that. Yeah, I should pin that. I haven't pinned that yet today. But if you're here just to hang out and learn some stuff about art, that's perfectly fine too. It's nice to see you. Hope you're having a great day. So yeah, lots of tutorials about different head angles here. Oh my gosh, that is really detailed. This looks... Imagine walking into a room and this is the wall in the room. I would be scared.
Mistakes.
Oh, thank you, Bex, for the biddies. Thank you. I appreciate it. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Welcome in. I'm doing an art class. I'm doing an art class. Oh, this is a really good one too. This guy makes really good tutorials. They're called how to think when you draw. And I really highly recommend this guy's tutorials. He has some books that he sold on Kickstarter as well. And they're really good tutorials. But I'm going to put this one into the server as well. Yeah, how to think when you draw. These are really good tutorials, guys. I highly recommend these. I've learned a lot from these kind of tutorials. Let's see here. Hold on. I gotta clear my nose for a sec. Doing good, looking at working? Oh boy. I hope your work is going well. I hope work is going well. And thank you for being here. And yes, you enjoy your lurk. Enjoy your lurk. Oh, this is a really good one for the eyes, specifically on how the head moves and how the eyes should move as well with the head. So this is another one I will go ahead and put in this server as well. But yeah, Pinterest, guys, is a huge resource for this kind of thing. You can even find like references of real life people looking in different directions for this head perspective. Ooh, this is really good for characters with ears. Ooh, now that's nice. I'm gonna put that in there as well. Ooh, that is really good. That's really good, especially like this is even really good if you're rigging a VTuber models with ears. This is really nice. I like this a lot. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, exactly, furries, yes. Yeah, lots of really good tutorials on Pinterest for different things like that. Let's see here. Oh my gosh, there's even Sonic Shadow head sprites. You want, hey girl, I heard you like Shadow the Hedgehog and you want to learn how to draw his head. Here you go. Here you go. They got that for you too. It's everywhere. It's everything you've ever wanted and more. Oh, here we go. Head angles with glasses. I know Silas was saying they wanted that too. Let me put that in the server as well. Heck yeah. We getting it today. We learning today. Okay, so yeah, these head angles are really fun. The T method that I mentioned earlier. Yay! The T method that I mentioned to y'all earlier is a very helpful resource. Now remember, I'm gonna go over that again real quick here. For this T method, you need an outline for your head shape first, of course. But it's, you know, middle is straight on, sideways you want to draw a curve, sideways draw a curve, up draw a curve, down draw a curve. So just remember, this line right here is basically going to be where your eyes go, however far apart you want to space them. Winter, welcome to stream. Hello. Hello, I was showing the fan art you drew earlier. Thank you again for drawing that. I appreciate you. Thanks for drawing that for my birthday. I appreciate you. So that's just a some basic stuff about heads and stuff like that. You also mentioned just perspective in general. You kind of wanted to know some terms about perspective and stuff. So let's go over some quick perspective stuff as well, because Silas mentioned this earlier as well. Let's talk about perspective, which I am still very much learning a lot of perspective stuff myself, but I've gotten a lot better over the last 3 years. I feel like I've been doing a lot better at perspective. But let's go over some basics of perspective. Okay, so a lot of people know these three, which is 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point perspectives. So 1 point perspective is you start at 1 point and everything gets drawn to that point, and that's how you draw the perspective of that. 2 point, you add 2 points. 3 points, you add 3 points. And 3 point perspective is really like that's advanced stuff. And 3 point perspective for me at this point is not too hard, but still a little bit hard for me at this point. So you can see there's a point here, and there's a point here, and then there's a point in the center here towards you. So 3 point perspective is still a little bit challenging for me at the moment, but I'm getting a lot better at it. So those are the 3 basics. There's also other kinds of perspectives though. Let's see here. Is this the one? No, that's not that one. Sorry, excuse me. I saved a bunch of links for this the other day, and I'm trying to remember which ones I saved. What was this one? Oh no, that's for something. That's for something else. Okay. Nope, that was for that. Sorry, excuse me. Wait, what? Wait. Go back. No. Okay, I need that. Where did I save it? Oh yeah. So there's other kinds of perspectives, things like foreshortening. foreshortening is used a lot in anime, where you'll have like a character, like for example here, pointing at the screen, and then like their hand is like super large and the rest of their body is really small. Foreshortening is a really good technique for perspective. There's this one where the leg is coming in front of the screen and everything else is smaller. My leg! Good timing. There's also, let's see here. There's wide angle lens, there's long lens, there's fisheye, there's all kinds of different perspectives that you can use for your character in different shots as well. Oh, we were talking about expressions earlier. I know I'm going backwards here, but these are all angry expressions, but there are variations on the angry expression that change it to even more. So they're like, yeah, here's more expression stuff for you guys on Pinterest, but here's another thing about perspective, for how the perspective adds to the piece as a whole. See how the head here is closer, like bigger, and the rest of the body is smaller? This creates more interest in the composition rather than just drawing the character in the dead center and there's lots of empty space. Doing perspective adds a lot of dynamic composition to your piece. So this is another thing that if you're looking to do more dynamic compositions and posing, adding perspective to your piece is gonna be it's gonna be like that cherry on top, like that chef's kiss, just the last thing you want to it's like gonna, ooh, yeah, that's gonna really add to your piece a lot by doing that kind of thing. Oh, this is actually a really good resource as well.
Here's my secret on how I improve
this website that they're talking about.
I used to use this site.
Egaziouttatsu.net. This creates random poses for you, and then you can
get diff models,
figure out how to work the body around
directly on it.
This is actually a really good website as well. I haven't really used it yet, but it seems like it's a really good resource. I'm going to just copy the link to that video here and put that in art resources. MatterX, welcome to stream. Hello. Hi, Moon Miss. Welcome to stream. I'm doing great. Thank you guys for asking. How are you doing? I'm teaching an art class today. If you want to participate in the art class, there's a link pinned to the top of chat right now, and you can submit some of your art and get some advice from me. I am going to be very nice and very fair to everybody, I promise. So there's some stuff about that for shortening. There's two different methods for shortening. There's the box method, which you can see is being used here. The box method is very good for perspective. I prefer this method called the coil method, personally. Here is the coil method. I'm just going to show you guys this real quick here. So like the coil technique, you draw a big circle and then you make it end in a smaller circle. This is a really good technique. I'm going to put this in the server as well. I'm going to put that into the server. This is the coil technique, and I think this is a lot easier for me to understand personally, and it helped me a lot when I was trying to learn perspective.
So now this requires a little bit of knowledge of anatomy.
Can you repost the link? It's not pinned to my chat. Oh, okay, hold on. I got you. Oh, wait, did you get it? I can get it again. Here's it again if you need it. Just trying to finish one of my remaining Gunpla kits, but from my previous backlog since I got a delivery of more kits ordered. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. How many kits you gonna do? That's insane. That's insane. You crazy. You have fun with your plastic though, bro. I'm glad you're having a good time. Enjoy your stuff. If you guys have ever seen Matt's collection of Gunpla on the server, you know he be ballin' with those Gunplas. I'm doing good today. I'm at work right now on a break at the moment, and I'll be lurking afterwards. Oh, thank you for leaving a lurk. I appreciate it. I hope your break goes well at work. Let me take a quick sippy sip of my drink. Okay, but yeah, there's two different methods to foreshortening. There's the box and the coil technique. If there's another technique that you guys know of, let me know in the chat, but those are the only two that I've discovered over my, what's it been now? Almost 15 years of drawing commissions for people? Yeah. I started drawing commissions for people back in 2010. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? It's crazy. Okay, and then let's see here. Let me go back to Shira's piece. So those are the things that you said you wanted to work on, was head face angles and different types of perspective. So do you feel like that covers everything that you wanted to learn about Shira, or was there anything else that you wanted to cover today? Because I am perfectly okay with covering one or two more things for you if you need help with anything else. Anything else you need help with, let me know. Things to I'm gonna go ahead and consistent face. So like consistent face, I would just say for that, just follow the T model rule that I told you about earlier, where you just make sure that your face is like consistently displayed out at certain like, so if you're doing the T like this, make sure that your eyes are always in the same place. Make sure that your nose is always in the same place. Make sure that the mouth is always in the same place. You know, for consistent face, I would just say keep that the T in your mind at all times for that kind of consistency. For that kind of consistency, I would just keep the T in place. Also, if you're wanting to keep drawing the same way, like if you want to keep your style consistent, always have like a reference open of like what your work. When you're working, have this picture open somewhere on your computer. I highly recommend a program called PureRef. If you guys have never heard of PureRef, it's a really good program. I'm gonna put it on screen right now, actually. Hold on, let me put this on screen right now. I could put this on screen. Hold on. Wait, how do I do it? Display capture. There we go. Let's add that. We want that to this. Yes, okay. So here, wait, ooh, that's big. So, okay. Here's PureRef, by the way, guys. This is PureRef right here. Let me move this stuff around real quick for a second. Okay, there we go. So this is PureRef right here. And this is a program. You can right click it, drag it around, put whatever kind of references you want in it, and like stretch it out, make it big. You can drag and drop images in here to like make a little collage. Let me pull up one that I recently did. I think that's safe. I could load these. So this is for a picture I just finished last night of Kathy Jaws is one of my clients. She wanted these two characters on the couch cuddling, so I have a bunch of references here for that. I had like watch references, backgrounds, profile for the face, because I'm actually really bad at drawing profiles for faces. Well, I'm not terrible at them. I just don't I don't vibe that well with them. So these were all my references for that, and I just kind of like put that over here in the corner, and anytime I wanted to look specifically at a certain kind of reference for part of the picture, I would just like put that on there. Let me show you guys the picture, actually. I can show you guys the picture on stream. This is what I ended up with for my piece. This is the piece I ended up, how it ended up. And as you can see here, this is my reference for the watch right here on this guy's wrist. As you can see here, I did a pretty good job referencing that. So like, see, there's different things here, like for the background, I had some references as well for the colors that I wanted to go for the background. And then here's the character references, and here's this guy, and here's this guy, and here's this gal, and there's the gal in the picture. So yeah, this is a free program. It's free. It's called PureRef. And if you want, you can even take all the pictures that you have in here, and you can arrange them. Arrange optimal, and see, it organizes it into like a little box for you, so it's all neat and organized for you. But you can literally just like, let's say I wanted to put this in here. I can literally copy and paste it into here, and there it is. It's in the picture here now. It's in the picture. I can even make it bigger, make it smaller. I can rotate it. If I want to rotate this picture to reference different parts of the picture, I can rotate them around. It's a very good program. Highly recommend you get PureRef if you're an artist and you do digital commissions. Highly recommend that. And if you don't want a picture in there, you can just right click it, images, selections, and delete, and it's gone. It's gone out of there. But yeah, highly recommend you guys get Pure Ref. And Shira, so like you were talking about consistency for your stuff here, huh? If you, like I said, you were saying you wanted to draw your character more consistently, I would highly recommend having your character over here on the side while you're drawing, and then you could be like, oh, okay, well, I need a reference how my eyes look. Well, you zoom in, and then you could see, yeah, that's how I drew my eye last time. So that if you want to be consistent with your style and make sure that you're always drawing your character the same way, it's very good to keep that reference on hand. I highly recommend it as well. Yeah, Cam uses it as well. You can also hit the delete key to get rid of images in Pure Ref. Wait, can you? The delete key? Oh! Hey! I learned something new today too, let's go! Oh, the delete key works for that. Oh, I was doing it the long way around. 15 hours go. Wait, oh wait, did you work 15 hours on this? Wow, it's really pretty. I mean, you did a really good job for that. But yeah, there's Pure Ref if you guys want to check that out. It's a free program. You can download it today. Or you can, you don't have to, you can give them money too. I highly recommend supporting the people who made it. But if you want it for free, you can get it for free as well. And then let's see here. Was there something I missed in chat? I really do want to learn how to draw again. Haven't drawn in over a long time, so this will help. Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's never a bad time to learn to draw. Honestly, anybody can learn to draw, and if you have the persistence to it and the tenacity for it, you can get really good at it if you were willing to practice at least once a day for like 10 minutes. I think is good for anybody, even if you only have like 10 minutes a day. That's a really good way to start off. I would love to help with hair. I've been getting better, but I still struggle. Oh yeah, hair is something I really enjoy drawing, and I really love drawing. But I'll finish up with Shira and Alconium here, and then if you guys have other stuff that you want to learn, I will get to those things as well. So let's see here. Things to improve this submission. The only things that I could think of to improve this submission is to add a background, specifically, but you don't have to add a background. But I was thinking like a really dark contrasty background might be nice for this. Like if you add black to the background here, that would be really nice. Or adding some slight highlights of color into the character itself. Like I know your character's basically like mostly like just a monotone black and white kind of colored character, but if you wanted to add some highlights to your character, like maybe add a colored background and then like add slight like highlights of color into the character, like if you had a blue background and just like reflect that color of the background into your character, could be a really cool fun thing to do. Since your character is like such a monotone color, adding that little bit of color could be really fun thing to do. It could be a really fun thing to do. Otherwise, I think overall this picture is really good. I think everything you've done here is really good. I really don't have any more things that I can add for that, I think. I give it an 8 out of 10. Yeah. yes. I give it a 9. I give it a 9 out of 10. I think all it really needs is like a background and maybe some more like maybe some colors, and I think that would be really poppin', really good. Or if you even want, there's this thing that I do a lot of times where I get like a color background, like a gradient color background. Like I'll have a gradient background that has like blue on one end and then red on the other end, and then when I go to shade the character, I will like add like red on one side and then like the blue on the other side for shading, and it really creates this like dual like shading like highlight kind of thing, and it's very fun to play with. That's another thing that might be fun for this. That's just some ideas. You don't have to do what I say, but I think overall this piece is really good. Let's see here. And what was the other things I wanted to say? Oh, I didn't add anything under things you can do to challenge yourself to do in the future. I didn't do that. Oops. I was writing these all down and I was making the 4 categories: things I like about your piece, things you said you want to work on, things to improve the submission, and things you can do to challenge yourself. I didn't fill anything out for you. I'm sorry. What are things that I think you can do to challenge yourself in the future? I know you were talking about doing perspective. I do agree that doing perspective might be fun for you to try if you haven't done perspective in the past. This is actually my first time seeing your art, Shira. Like, I'm used to seeing just what everybody else draws your character as. So I gotta say, I really like it. Oh, if you do want to like make your line work a little bit more clean, I think it looks nice this way, but if you do want to make it more clean, I would suggest sketching and then lining your pieces out. But this is a really fun, I like this a lot. I like this kind of sketchy feel. It has a lot of character and personality to it. But if you're looking specifically to like make more kind of like clean line work, I would suggest lining this piece as well. But yeah, I think as far as challenges go, I definitely think perspective is what your next step is for challenging yourself. So I did post tutorials about that into the server. If you want to check those out for later. So let's go ahead and go on to our next person, which is Alconium. Here. So let me go ahead and pull up Alconium. Yay! I hope we covered everything you wanted to cover today, Shira. Thank you for coming to the class and submitting your stuff for us to look at. So this is Alconium's piece here, and let's see here. The things that I like about this piece. Let's go over things I like about this piece. I do really like the costume design of this character. I think the character design is really good, really interesting. I like how the outfit is. There's a sleeve that's torn on this side, and there's some really interesting like armor going on here with this hexagon pattern here. And I do also really like the character's color palette. There's a really nice color palette. You're using warm and cool colors, so I think that's really good as well. So they like, see here. The color palette has like these really nice greens, which are like on the opposite side of the color wheel. And then there's like these really nice warm like colors with like red and it looks like brown. Yeah, red and brown. Red and brown. Those are really good. And there's also some gold and some grays in here as well. So this overall is really good color palette. This is a really good color palette right here. That's a good color palette right there. And the character design is very interesting. It's very interesting. I like it a lot. Let's go over the things that you said you wanted to work on. So you said that the only thing you want to work on right now is hands. So for hands, I'm going to show you a basic thing that actually really helped me with making a lot of hands, which is to make your hand shaped like a pentagon. Like this, a pentagon. The basic palm shape of every hand starts with like a pentagon shape like this. Thank you for the hydrate. I will get that in a second here. Every hand has like a pentagon shape for the palm of the hand. And then from that part, you can extend the fingies like this. You can extend the fingies. So let's see here. Like this. So that's like a basic hand shape right there, and then you can like make little sausages around that. That's a very basic thing that I learned about hands that helped me out quite a bit. Usually how I draw my hands though is I'll start off with like this oval shape, and then I'll just kind of like draw the joints out from my hand like this. I do 2 joints. There's different stages of drawing hands, guys. There's actually different stages of drawing hands depending on where you are level-wise for hands. So some people draw 1 joint hands, which are just like 1 joint fingies, which are just like this. That's like the first stage. This is level 1 hand, okay? This is level 1 hand. For level 2, which is where I draw most of mine at, is 2 joints, which is like this. Which is like, oh, the joints of the hand are like this, or wow, that looks weird. That looks weird. I'm not really focused too much on looking perfect right now, okay? But this is like a lot of my hands are like this shape here, where it's 2 joints. There's this joint, and this joint. And then if you want to get even more crazy, this is level 2. Most people stay at level 2. Sometimes I go level 3. Level 3 is pretty crazy, okay? Level 3, you get 3 joints in the hand, okay? So you have this joint, and this joint, which is the more accurate way to draw fingies, honestly. Like, if you want to go ham on your art and you really want to get to that, like, level where it's like, ooh, those are some fingies, okay? This is level 3 here, where every joint, except for the thumb only ever has, I think, 2, right? 1, 2, yeah, 2. Yeah, 2. The thumb only ever has 2 joints. So that, yeah, wait, no, that wouldn't be the thumb. Thumb would be over here? I don't remember. Be careful not to give your character 2 left hands or 2 right hands. That can happen very easily if you're not referencing your hand poses. But yeah, there's the thumb there. This would actually have to be the pinky then. But yeah, level 3 uses 3 joints. So just remember these levels by how many joints you're adding. So level 1 has 1 joint. Level 2 has 2 joints. Level 3 has 3 joints. Most of the time, I draw level 2 because it's a lot easier, and I feel like when I try to draw level 3, it ends up looking like weird, creepy salad man fingers. Ooh, Alconium, thanks for asking about hands. I still hide mine most of the time. That's fair. I used to do that too when I first started off. I used to draw like people with poses like this. Like I'd be like, oh, I'm so shy. That's why my arms are behind my back. Like I would do that. Or I would be like, oh, my hands are up here. Or then I would just cut the picture off, like right there to hide the hands. So I feel this. Hands are one of the most difficult things to draw, in my opinion. And if you ever meet a person who says they don't know how, they know how to draw hands and hands are easy, do not trust that person. Get away from that person. They are lying to you. They're working with the devil. Anybody who says hands are evil is the devil. They're to the devil. That's the devil there. Wait till you see my art of winter hands be hidden. Oh my goodness. Hands be hidden jutsu. There are quite a few tutorials though, as I said before, on Pinterest for hands and drawing hands. Ooh, that is a pretty ring. Hold up. Ooh, that pretty. I want that. Okay, no. Don't get distracted now, Pix. Let's see here. Hand drawing tutorial. As I said before, Pinterest is filled with a lot of hand tutorials. But this is the thing I was telling you guys about the pentagon. See how the pentagon is the palm every time? Every time it's the palm shape. And it helps you figure out where the fingies are going to be as well. These are 3-joint fingies right here. These are 3-joint fingies. They drew their 3-joint fingies a lot better than I've been drawing mine. I actually need to step up my game on my hands, honestly. I actually do need to step up my game on my hands. Oh, look at rounded cushions for the fingies. That's pretty good too. Different hand poses. Anytime you are drawing hands, make sure you have a reference up of what hands you're drawing. Like if you want your hands doing a peace sign, here's a bunch of different peace sign poses for hands. If you want your hands holding a pencil, here's a hands holding a pencil. It's also a really good idea, another good idea, if you don't have access to the internet when you're working on art, like if somehow your internet goes out and you're like, crap, I don't have any references for how to draw this hand. Take pictures of your own hands. Take pictures of your own body. Nobody else has to see them. Do your own poses, and you can like load those up onto your computer or your phone or whatever and just hold that up and be like, yeah, okay, that looks right. Look over here. Okay, yeah, that looks good. Okay, draw it over here. Okay, yeah. So that's another thing, is if you're having a hard time finding specifically what you're looking for, don't hesitate to take a picture of it. Oh, but the other thing I want to show you guys today, this was another thing I wanted to show you guys as far as like hands and stuff like that go. Let me see here. Hold up. I need to find this real quick. Where is it? There's a free program that I have. It's called Design Doll. You can actually go in and pose. Let me turn that off. You can pose a figure like this. You can pose a figure like this. You can go in and pose a figure however you want. Take a screenshot of it and use it as a reference. I use this for a lot of things when I'm just like, well, I like this pose, but I want it from a different perspective. So like if you want a certain pose from a certain perspective, say your character, like this is the original pose you found. Pretty boring, right? It's just like guy looking up. But then you put it in Design Doll and you turn it up like this. And all of a sudden, ooh, perspective, ooh. And then also you can pose the hands in this. This is free, by the way. This program is free. And you can pose the hand in this. Like if you want to go to the hand, we can specifically go to the hand and pose the fingies however we want as well. This is really good. There's a lot of programs actually like this where it's a 3D program. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Nice. This is a 3D program that you can use for free to pose out your characters in specific poses that you want. This is a very good resource. It's called Design Doll. Design Doll is the name of the program. And if you guys want a link to it, I'll go ahead and find it here real quick here. Let me go ahead and pull this up. They do have paid options as well if you want to do like multiple figures on screen at once, but I'll go ahead and link the website here on the Discord. There you go. That's the link to the website. You can also do things to this. You can do things to this doll, like add booba to it as well. Let me show you. You can add booba to this doll. Hopefully I don't get in trouble with Twitch for this. Let's see. Where's the booba? I think it's under this. Yeah, you can make different head shapes for this character. You can add like booba here. Whoop! Oh, she got booba. Oh my god, the booba. You can add abs. You can make your character chiseled. Like look at them abs. Them abs though. You can make muscles on your character. You can make your character beefy, big muscles. Oh my god. You can make your legs beefy as well. You can make the legs beefy or thin if you want as well. You can thin down your character. You can make your character all kinds of different shapes. This is a free program. Highly recommend Design Doll. So like this is good for like all kinds of poses and stuff. You can even make your butt bigger too if you want on that too. But I regardless, let's get out of that. Let's close that up. Hold up. Come on, Design Doll, please close for me. Please close for me, Design Doll. It's being stupid. No, I don't want to save changes. I'm good. Okay, good, thank you. The only thing about Design Doll is that it will not save unless you pay for it. So if you want to pay for it and have it save your projects that you're posing things on, and then you can do that. But in my case, I just screenshot things when I use it. So it is free, but if you want to be able to save what you're working on, you do have to pay. So that's just FYI. I don't think it's that expensive though. I really should go ahead and pay for it. How much is it? Ooh, $79. Ooh, that's a bit pricey for me right now. But it does come with a lot of stuff. But that yeah, I don't know. If you're willing to spend the money on it, then that's a good resource as well. Let's see here. Okay, so we went over the things that Alconium said he wanted to learn. We talked about hand tutorials and the pentagon trick. Things to improve this submission. Okay, so the things to improve this submission, I have noticed with Alconium. I don't even know if Alconium's here in chat. I hope they are because I wanted them to be able to learn while I'm talking to them. Are you in chat today, Alconium? I think you are. One thing I have noticed with your art, Alconium, is the way that you color with the colored pencils. I think can be improved. I did have a tutorial that I found about that, and this is for all my pals who like to use traditional coloring with colored pencils, this is actually really good techniques for coloring with colored pencils, so that you don't end up having like this, like, you know, scratchy texture kind of stuff going on. If you're okay with that, that's perfectly fine. But there are other ways to color with colored pencil that will actually look a lot better. So I'm going to put this tutorial into the Discord server as well, and I feel like that would be a good resource for you, Alconium, if you wanna try that out with your future stuff. The other way that the other things that I think could improve your submission here are like sketching and then lining for smoother line work as well would be good, because I do notice that the lines here do feel a little sketchy. If you're okay with how your lines work, that's perfectly fine. But if you want some smoother line work and stuff like that, I would recommend, like, and I used to do a lot of traditional art first. I would recommend sketching out what you're gonna draw first, then erasing it, and then using a pen to line it to make it smoother. I also do traditional too, and I'm proud of it. Yeah, your traditional art's really good, Gilster. I like it as well. So yeah, Gilster, you could probably benefit from those colored pencil techniques as well, probably. But yeah, those are some things. I would also try out different compositions and different like perspectives as well. Because I do notice that a lot of your pieces do have the character just dead center. And I think it would be interesting to see like other compositions from you as well. But I think altogether this, like I said, I do really like the color palette and the design choices that you made for your character here. So let's see here. And then things you can do to challenge yourself to do in the future. Oh yeah, I already went over that. Actually, yeah, I already went over that with the different compositions and different like more dynamic posing would be also another thing I would say that you should try out in the future. Look up references of different poses and try them out. But yeah, this is definitely a good start. You definitely have an eye for colors and design, which is always a good show of somebody who's getting into art. Is like things like detail and colors are really good like starting points for any artist to have. And I think that was all of our submissions today. Is that everybody? Yes, that was the 3 submissions I got. Now let me go and check real quick here. I'm gonna go and check real quick here if we have any submissions on Twitter for this real quick. And then if we don't, I'll just open up the floor to whatever you guys want to do in chat. Oh, Winter entered in a piece. Okay, let's go. Let's see here. Now, what do you recommend for hair consistency? And then do you have recommendations on symmetry when you're drawing freehand? Oh, okay. So let's pull these up here real quick. I'm just gonna keep them in here. Actually, that'll be that. Okay, so let's talk about things we like about this piece. Okay, I really like actually that this piece has a lot of dark on one side and then a lot of light on the other side. I think that's really interesting, and I love the vine going down, dividing the two in the middle. That's a really interesting composition. So far, this is really good composition, and I love that you added the green as like a little peak of color, like a little, like little hint of color, and that draws a lot of interest as well. Let's see. And the cross-hatching you've got going on here, too, is really nice. That's some good shading. Let's talk about the things that you said you wanted to work on for this piece. So you said that you want recommendations on symmetry when you're drawing freehand. So what do you mean by freehand? Do you mean like traditional freehand drawing, or do you mean like, I submitted some too on the Twitter burp. Yeah. Sorry, I missed that earlier. What do you mean by freehand? Like traditional drawing, or mainly eye symmetry traditional? Okay, so this actually goes back to what I was saying about the T thing. The T-shape thing on heads is a great way to keep symmetry on your faces. So whenever you're drawing a face, the T thing is also really great for symmetry, because then you have like half the face divided, and you can do this and this, and you can erase the T later. If you're doing this in traditional art, I would recommend very lightly doing the T first, and then placing your eyes, and then like erasing the T underneath. I would do the T very lightly if you're doing this in traditional art. And so then you have your eyes placed equal lengths apart, and it's all good. One thing I highly recommend for eye placement, by the way, guys, not a lot of people do this, and I think it's a really nice trick, is if you're drawing a character with 2 eyes or 3 eyes or whatever, when you're drawing the character's eyes, that you should place them so that there's enough room in between them for one more eye. So say we just finished drawing this eye, it's beautiful, it's glorious, and then we want to place the other eye. So we can just copy and place and flip. This is easy for traditional art, for digital artists to do this trick, but for traditional artists, just make sure that the measurement of the eye has like one in between. So here's the middle, and then here's the other eye here on the other side. So this is the space. We would delete this one in the middle. That's how far apart you want your eyes for that. Although in this, I'd probably make the eyes a little bit bigger because they're not quite the same proportion as the head. For this, I would make the eyes a bit bigger for the head proportions. And for proportions, a lot of things are just kind of like, oh, look at it. Does it look right? No. Okay, let's warp it. And digital art is very handy for that kind of thing. I feel like these eyes are a little bit too far apart, though. I might scoot this one a little bit closer. You can always, like, and the rule doesn't always apply specifically, but you do want this space in here enough for, like, a nose bridge. If you're gonna draw a nose here, you want the nose bridge to be able to be here. Just make sure that there's, like, a decent amount of room between the 2 eyes that's not making it too wide or too short. Like, I've seen some people who draw their eyes like this on a character. I've seen some people who've drawn their characters like this with the eyes just like right next to each other, and it looks a little weird when you draw the rest of the face. It's just like, where's the nose bridge? That's a tiny nose bridge you got going on there. But you don't have to do it my way. If you like your eyes right next to each other, go ahead. If you like your eyes super far apart, go ahead. It's what you feel is best for you is fine. Everybody's got their own kind of like style going on, but I do think that specifically, if you like, I do think this specifically looks a lot better to do it this way. Personally, that's just a personal opinion. Mainly eye symmetry. Yeah, eye symmetry, traditional art. Yeah. So yeah, I would just make sure that there's enough space in between the 2 eyes for at least one more eye, or at least half an eye. A half an eye would be good. Like half of one of these eyes would be good. But yeah, the T thing that I told you about, the T shape in the middle of the face is a great way for symmetry, because then you can place the eyes always go like here, and then the nose goes here, and then the mouth goes here. That's how I do my faces, is like that. And I've practiced this enough now to where like anytime I draw a face, I can automatically just be like this, and then okay, so my eye here, my nose here, my mouth here. Like anytime I do that, I just use the T. And yeah, I arrived late, lol. No, it's okay. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you here. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you made time to be here. And you come in whenever is most convenient for you. So yeah, like the T shape there, that'll help you a lot with eye symmetry and face symmetry as well. Let's see here. And I always recommend it when you're doing traditional art that you kind of try to consider everything a layer. I know everything on traditional art is like one layer, but if you want to do traditional art, like if I just wanted to draw on one layer to try to simulate traditional art. Oh wait, you guys can't see. Oopsie. There we go. Okay, sorry. Did you guys not see any of that I was just drawing, or nah? I hope you guys saw. Even if I was drawing traditional, I would lightly sketch. Lightly. You can barely see this right now. You can lightly see this circle. I would lightly sketch this circle. And then when I feel like I got the shape I want, I would go in and do like I would press harder with like a pen or something to like do the line works, to like make a more specific shape, like a more defined shape. And you can keep building on top of that. Like just, it's not layers specifically in traditional art, but you got to kind of think about your drawing in the process of like, okay, this is layer 1, I need to draw lighter on this layer. Okay, this is layer 2, I'm gonna draw harder on this layer. You kind of have to think about it like layer based. You want to really plan out what you're doing. You can even, like, for traditional art, I do recommend, like, if you're planning out a piece, that you start off by drawing a bunch of like little doodles of like what you want the piece to be. Like, say this is like, okay, say this is like your piece, this is a piece of paper, and you're planning out what you want to draw. I would draw a bunch of like thumbnails of like what you're figuring to draw, like different little poses, or, you know, just be like, I want this pose, I want this pose. Like, kind of figure out your compositions on what you're drawing, and what kind of backgrounds you want, and all kinds of things. Like, you draw these little thumbnails on one page, and then once you have things planned out, then you go to your next page and you start really, like, fully doing out the drawing and everything, you know, and planning the backgrounds and all that fun stuff. Yeah. I don't know if that helps explain anything for traditional art. I don't really do traditional art anymore, but I used to do a lot of traditional art back in the day, before I started doing commissions. But yeah, like, plan your stuff out. Like, have like a criteria of, okay, so this is pose number 1, there's pose number 2, there's pose number 3, and like have references loaded up on your phone or whatever. And like, I think even having stuff on your phone for traditional art is really good for that. Let's see here. And then, okay, so those are the things that you said you wanted to work on, with symmetry, with drawing freehand, traditional work. Let's see here. Things to improve this submission. Let's go over things that I think could improve this submission. I think adding some, I'm trying to think, what would improve this submission? Because I'm trying to figure out what kind of things. I would add, oh wait, no, let me put this back on screen, excuse me. I would add even more dark colors or grays onto this side of the picture. Hold on, let me load this up in Paint Tool side. Hold up, let me load this into Paint Tool side. Okay, I would add even more grays onto this side of the picture. Like, if you want to add like more grays and more dark colors to this side of the picture, I feel like that would, like, hold on, let me make this multiply. I think that would really be interesting and make this pop even more. Like, if you wanted to go and smudge like some gray all over this side of the picture, that would make it even more, like, there would be even more dichotomy for this picture, the light and the darkness. And then you can have even like darker like shading on the leaves here as well for the oh wait, actually you already did that. Yeah, you already added darker shading for the leaves on this side. You could even add, I guess if you wanted to add more stuff to this, you could add highlights onto the leaves on this side as well. Like adding highlights to the leaves, like yellow or some kind of like lighter color onto the leaves on this side of the vine would be very, very interesting, I think, to add. And then maybe add some like highlights into the wolf here, you know, add some highlights. I think adding more highlights and midtones to this would really make this piece like really pop. Like, add maybe some yellows onto this side even would be, or even just white. Even just a white or a very light yellow, I feel like could really make this like whole piece come together, honestly. You just add a few more details, and look at that. I just added a couple more details, and there's like so much more interest now going on in this piece, where there's the light and the darkness. See how? Just a couple things, and this is even more beautiful than it already was. Okay? Yeah. That's all you really need. It's like some more like midtones and highlights for this piece, and you'll be good, girl. You'll be Gucci. It'll be amazing. And then I know you submitted one other piece, but let's pull that other piece up, and let's go over the things about that piece real quick before we go to things that you can do to challenge yourself for the future. let's go and pull up this one here. Yeah, let's pull up this one here. What do you recommend for hair consistency? Okay, so what do you mean by like hair consistency? I know what you said, but I like to have like a specific explanation of what you're trying to look for, because I don't want to give you the wrong advice and be like, oh wait, they meant this, you know. So Purdy thinks, oh no, all I did was add a couple things to your already beautiful art, so hee. Like how to make it more like Spregs? Oh, like more like oh, you mean like more stringy? Or like, what do you talk? Oh, like more stringy? Okay, so the best way I've ever thought to think about hair is to think about your head covered in strings, and how the strings just flow through your body and flow off your head. So literally just like drawing a bunch of strings off the top of the body and then like connecting them together. And I always connect my hair into like a point at the end, like a little point at the end. We want like a little point. So we'll start off like, if this is the hair, then we'll draw the hair like this. We'll have the point and we'll just go off like this. Now, if you want more like curly hair, you do like that. Or you want like more anime style. Okay, yeah, more like anime style hair. I get you. So like you've already got a great start here with this curly hair. I would just go in, like, if you want to add like more stuff to this, to add more flair to it, you just would kind of like go in and add like these slight lines in here, like these these very small lines that don't connect to each other. Just add like those, like follow the line of the hair. Like the line of the hair is going like this, right? The line of the hair is going like this. So we would just kind of like add some small lines that don't connect to each other here. And you kind of get this through like drawing a bunch of hair. You kind of figure out your way from drawing a bunch of hair. But like, just add what looks right and experiment with your hair. And I think that you're already on a good start here with the hair. I think just adding a few lines of definition would be really helpful. Like just adding a few things in here. So like you just follow the lines of the hair and you just add like little lines here and there, and that'll really add to it. Like you've already got a really great start here. Like I barely have to add anything for your hair here. See how those little lines just add a little bit more to it. Like if I darken those right now, if I just like make these black, if I just make these black and turn them down just slightly. See that? And then you can go in with like your shading and like be like, oh, let's see here. Hold up. You'd be like, add shading here and here. Wherever you decide your light source is coming from, you can figure out the shading from there. By the way, guys, the best way I've found to determine where the light is going to touch on an object is to think about it as you are the light source. You're looking at this character. What parts of the character can you see? You can see the nose. You can see this. If you're looking from that direction, what parts of the character are you going to be able to see? Here, here, here. Learning facial structure will really help you learn how to highlight and shade different parts of the face. But as far as like the hair goes, the hair would get highlighted here because it's coming from this direction. So this would get the highlights here. This would get the highlights here. This part here, you want to be able to see that if you're up here, you're standing up here. So this part here would get shaded. This part would get shaded here. But like, yeah, as far as like the hair shape goes, all you really need to do is add more lines in there and you'll be Gucci. You'll be Gucci. Looking respectfully, Winter, eyes up here. Me, I'm listening. Wait, no, me, I mean. So you have chosen death. Always not ready. But yeah, like, and then as you get further down, there's gonna be there's tips of the hair where things get shaded at the bottom as well. There, you know, the light doesn't catch here, so would be shading under this chin as well. There's shading under the booba as well because there's no light there. The light's not touching there. But the highlights of the yellow would be on top of the booba here and here. So those are just like some basic stuff about hair. As far as hair goes, It's just like everything else where you add your like your mid-tones, your dark colors. Like if you want to create more interest in this, if you were going with black shading, you would just add some more gray here, and then you would add like a little part in the middle where you have like yellow. And different people like to shade their hair in different ways. Like some people like to do this for their hair highlights. Me personally, I do this kind of thing where I do a big shape and then little shapes, and then I'll take the airbrush and put it in there, and then I will erase all the extra edges, and it looks like a little shine like that. Everybody's got their own styles for that kind of thing, but you can look up a lot of tutorials. Let's look up some tutorials on hair real quick on Pinterest. Let's pull up some hair tutorials. Actually, booba shading is important. Booba shading is very important, yes. And actually, I think I did already upload this to the server at one point, but there is a tutorial on like shading different types of fabrics that has booba on it. It's not actual like lewd booba. It's like safe for work booba that has like silk shirts and stuff like that. Silk shirts. Ooh, holographic stars. Sorry, distracted. Let's look up hair drawing tutorials. Yeah. Or did you want, if you want specifically anime, this does pull up a lot of anime actually too, but it shows like different parts of the hair and where they get shaded and stuff. Oops, no, go back, there we go. There's different types of haircuts as well that you can pull up for this. They show you different types of haircuts. Bangs, different types of bangs. It's always good to have a reference when you're drawing hair too, and block out the shapes of hair as well. Let's see here. There more hair stuff, all kinds of hair stuff. See how like they block out the basic shape of this woman's hair, and then they kind of go in and they just kind of refine it more and more and more until it's close to what this lady's hair was. Actually, I think their hair is a bit thicker than hers, but this is actually a really good tutorial right now. Yeah, you should start with the structure and define the hairline. Yes, defining the hairline is also very important too for hair. That's also really good. Let's see here. This person has a very, oh yeah, this is actually a very easy tutorial on how to shade hair. It looks like their hair is shaded from the bottom up, which is a very interesting way to do it. But as you can see, they kind of do like the little highlight thing I told you about, where it's just like a bunch of little lines or circles. This person looks like they add a gradient to their shine on their highlights, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of an interesting method, just to like make this little rainbow shine. And a lot of anime artists will actually add this like little undertone of color at the bottom of the hair as well. Hair, it's everywhere. Yes, it is. Some anime artists will add this little like undertone of like pink or blue at the bottom of their hair, just kind of as like a fun little thing that some anime artists. Here's another one where they added, you can see they added this like pink back tone to the back of the hair here. Let's see here. What other things? Oh, some people go ham and they add like sparkles into their hair as well. Like things like this is kind of crazy. That's an interesting method. Sorry, I need some water. Shiny hair. Yes, very shiny hair. What's going on with you today? Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, there's a lot of different methods for for drawing and coloring hair. This person has a square brush, it looks like, where they use to highlight their hair with a square brush, which is a different than what I do. That's actually kind of interesting. And then there's, you know, all kinds of, oh yeah, men's hair as well. Oh, Chris Hemsworth, why are you so hot? Stop it. Okay, there's men's haircuts as well. There's all kinds of variety of men's haircuts. Ooh, beards. Beards are fun too. That's getting even further into the hair. How to shade hair, how to draw hair. There's all kinds of fun tutorials on Pinterest. I'm gonna keep saying this. Highly recommend you get a Pinterest account because there's so many resources on here, guys. There really are. Let's see here. Ooh, braids and ponytails. Oh my lord. I love drawing hair personally, so every time I see like a new haircut that I could try to draw, oh my gosh, I get crazy excited about drawing hair. All kinds of weird anime wacky haircuts as well. Chomps. Kate, hi and bye. Have a good day. I haven't utilized Pinterest in years. I should. Well, yes. Yeah, and you can make like your own like little pin boards as well for different things that you want to look at. Oh, let's hear. There's a beginner section for hair tutorials as well. There's a beginner section for showing you how to draw different things. Oh, KH, thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub, KH. Bum, bum, bum. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the resub, KH. Bum, bum. 10 months. That's almost a whole year. Thank you for the continued support. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you. So that's a bunch of different hair stuff going on here. They even have that manga tutorial book stuff on here as well for your different haircuts and stuff. So that's the hair consistency stuff. Yeah, we went through that. For the music to be done. So for things that you can work on for the future winter, I think we pretty much covered like the things that you wanted to work on, but things that I'd like to see, things I think you can do to challenge yourself in the future. Maybe some different kind of like compositions. I think right here you already got a good start for like different kinds of compositions. Honestly, I think you're already heading in a right direction to start challenging yourself with some midtones and some highlights and other things with the hair. I think if you improve your hair, you're going to be really good as well. Maybe, sketching and then lining might be good too. I don't know. I don't feel like I have all too much advice on like what things you should do to challenge yourself. But if you do want to challenge, like any of you guys, if you want challenges, go on Pinterest and look up drawing challenge. And if you find a challenge that you think fits what you want to do, go ahead and do it. They have these 30-day challenges where they give you prompts and you draw things. This is a great way to just like improve yourself as a whole over days of challenges. What do you guys want in the chat? What do you guys, is there any other like things that we want to like investigate or learn together today? Let me know, because I got all my submissions taken care of right now. I don't have anybody else specifically to work on their stuff, but if there's something specific you guys want to look into for learning today, we still have at least another 2 hours left in stream. Or, if we don't have anybody else wanting art advice for the rest of the stream, I'll probably just end early for the day. But I'm going to give you guys a chance to, at least ask a couple more things. At least a couple more things. Clothing and folds. Ooh, okay. Let's go over clothing and folds. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's talk about clothing and folds, okay? Let's do that. I have a bunch of clothing and fold tutorials on my in my folder here. Let me go ahead and pull those up. Okay, so let's talk about shading clothing. Let's talk about shading clothing, then we'll talk about, let's talk about drawing clothing, and then we'll talk about shading clothing. Yeah, I think that would be the best way to do that, right? Yeah. Okay, let's start with drawing clothing. Let's talk about drawing clothing. So there's different things that we did already cover today about like hats and clothing. I discussed this earlier in stream, but there are different things about hats that we went over. So like thinking about where the how the hat sits on the head is very important. This is a tutorial I have that's in my folder. I have a tutorial folder that I keep on hand in case I need to draw something and I'm like, I don't know how to draw this. I hoard tutorials in there. But thinking about how the hat sits on the head, thinking about like how much of the head is inside the hat is also a really good idea. Thinking about how the hat looks from different angles is important too. This is just hats, okay? We're just going over hats right now. Let's talk about other kinds of clothing, about like folds and stuff. Like Shira wanted to talk about folds. Let's talk about folds. Where is that? Hold on, let me find the thing I'm looking for here. Let me look at folds. Let's see here. I'm trying to find my tutorials that are specifically about folds in fabrics and stuff. Give me a sec. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. Yeah, let me pull this up. Where is that one? Wait, which one was that? Too many files, help! Where is this? Where is it? Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, let's pull this one up. So this right here is on the left here. The right ones are really good too. But this one on the left here is really good about folds. So where the body bends, when your body is bending, that's where you'll see the most creases and folds. Let's talk about how fabric lies on the body, okay? So a lot of people, when they're drawing like shirts on women especially, this is a thing that I see a lot of people do wrong. When you're drawing shirts on a lady, if your lady has a bigger booba, the shirts are gonna hang off right here. They're gonna hang off of the body here. They're not gonna. There's no boob pockets on shirts. I mean, if you're making a shirt with boob pockets, I mean, first of all, let me know because I want that shirt. But also, like shirts don't go like this. They don't hug the body like this unless you're wearing like spandex or latex. That's different. That's completely different. But if you're wearing like normal cotton t-shirt, it's gonna hang off the booba like this. That's one thing we can talk about right now. If your t-shirt is a little tight on the character, you're still gonna have it hang off here, but you are gonna have some stretching here if you have like booba. If you have booba, there is some stretching that can happen here with the fabric. Unless you're Shira, yeah. Smaller booba, you won't have a problem with that kind of thing. If the booba are really small on the character, like if your character's got like little itty bitties, then you're not gonna have any problems. You're probably not even gonna see their booba through the shirt. If it's a loose fitting shirt, you're probably not gonna even see the booba. You might see like this much, and then the rest is just gonna like disappear. The rest of the shape is underneath the shirt there, and we just kind of have the fabric just hang over there. If it's if it's latex or something, you can go tight. You can put all the details into the booba. You can have like the full everything clinged. If it's clinging to you like fruit roll up, then that's the case where you don't have to worry about wrinkles in the fabric. Sleeves, you know, a lot of sleeves go like this. This is like the sleeve hanging off the body. You want to think about how the sleeve will curve onto the shoulder, where the shoulder on the sleeve ends. If your shirt has like fabric that cuts off here, like this is the sewing line for fabric. If you know anything about sewing, that's going to be a big help to you when you're drawing as well. Like this is where the sleeve is sewed onto the shoulder here. You probably want to draw all that. If your sleeves have a little like sewing line here, there's a little sewing line there. There's all kinds of different sleeves. I've posted a bunch of different kinds of sleeves on the fashion channel on my Discord server. If you want to go into the fashion channel on my Discord server, I post a bunch of different fashion things on there. There's puffy sleeves. There's long flowy sleeves. There's kimono sleeves, which are all kinds of interesting stuff going on with them. One thing to remember when you're drawing like fabric, in any case, you want to think about where your body is bending and where those folds are gonna be. So if this is your elbow here on this character and there's a sleeve, this right here is where all the fabric is gonna like start folding up and making folds, and you just kind of want to experiment with your folds and see what you think looks right. Having references of like different characters and different poses with different outfits is going to be a good help for you. Anytime you draw fabric onto your body, say this is just the bare naked arm, okay? This is the bare naked arm. This is the bare naked arm. When we put clothes on this, we want it to be a little bit more than just the bare naked arm. Like, we want a little bit more depth to it because the arm is underneath the clothes, right? The arm is underneath the clothes, right? So we want this to be another layer on top of the arm. If this is a long sleeve shirt, we're gonna have this a little bit thicker than the rest of the arm here. And you can thin it out however you see fit just to make sure it looks good. But you're gonna add this and make this a little thicker than the rest of the arm. And then say like this is your armpit here. This is another bend in the body here. Say this is your armpit here. Say this is the rest of the chest. We'll say this is the rest of the chest here. We're just gonna like have this character like turned away or whatever. This is another bend here. We're gonna add more creases here. We're gonna add more creases here. The torso is bending here. This is the chest. If the torso is bending here, guess what we're gonna do here? We're gonna add more folds here. Wherever the body is bending, you're gonna be adding folds to your fabric. Now, let's talk about flowy fabrics, dresses, skirts, beautiful, beautiful fabrics. When we're doing skirts, it depends on what kind of skirt you're drawing. There are a bazillion types of skirts out there. There's mermaid skirts, which go like this. We have schoolgirl skirts, which are pleated, which have all kinds of weird folds going onto them. We have lacy skirts. We have flowy big skirts like this. My biggest recommendation for when you're figuring out skirts is to figure out which way you want the skirt to flow, and just kind of like draw a line, like a squiggle line like this, and just like make the skirt flow with that line. Just make that skirt meet that line somehow, and then also figure out the back of the skirt, because you have arms and legs that are underneath the skirt. Or, well, I don't think you'll have arms underneath the skirt. You'll probably just have legs. But you'll have legs going underneath the skirt, and it's like, okay, well, we need to figure out the underneath part of the skirt too. So this is the underneath part of the skirt as well. Beautiful fabrics exist. Yes, 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 yes. Clinging. What is mine called in terms of bandages or light binding coverings? Those would just be bandages. Yeah. Some more brushes digitally have a sewing seam brush. Ooh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so some people, some programs have like a sewing seam brush, but here's one way that you can make a sewing seam if you want to make like a one that has like certain kind of stitching. You just go in and you just like go and erase like everything on this little line here. You just go in and make like this little dotted line pattern on your own. This is if you don't want to use the brush. If you want to like do it yourself, just draw a line and erase a little bit in between each line. Yeah, this is a very easy way to make like a sewing stitch there. Or if you want to do something like say we want to do like a cross stitching thing. We'll draw this line to give us a guide. This line is gonna be our guide, and then we'll do another layer where we go on top of that layer, and we start drawing these cross stitches here, like this, and then we'll turn off that layer, and look, it's in a line. It's in a nice formed line. Now, if you're thinking about like shoelaces, oh my gosh, shoelaces are crazy. So shoelaces, I would start off by doing this. Just making a bunch of X's and like making sure they're connected. And then, turn that down. We're gonna draw our shoelace on top. Here's a shoelace here. And you gotta think about where each shoelace connects. This is some really advanced stuff for drawing clothes. Is shoelaces. Like, it took me so long to figure out how shoelaces work. The shoelaces are like really just like, I think these were made by the devil to come and torment me. But you have these like little eyelets that all the different little laces go into. You can use this for corsets too. This kind of lacing pattern, and you just kind of connect one to the other, and you connect them. And then you'll do the same thing for the other side. Copy and paste and flip. You can do the other thing for the other side. And then you need to decide which lace you want on top. And so I've decided I want that first lace that we did to be the one on top. So I'm going to go ahead and erase this. Erase these parts here. And then I delete this right here. And there you go. You got some laces. And they're all tied up nice and pretty. You can even add a little bow on top if you want. Here's a little bow we can add on top here. Hold up. We'll add the little bow on top on a separate layer. This is the little string bow that we have on top. And then we'll just select the area. Oop. Excuse me. Select invert, and then we'll just get rid of that. And, well, bam! Nice tied laces with a little bow on top. Sure agrees, it was made by Satan himself. Yeah, I think so. But as always, make sure you have a reference up for anything that you're drawing for clothing. It's always good to have a reference of anything that you're drawing for clothing. Let me get some more stuff here for clothes up. Shoes especially. Heels. Oh my gosh, I hate drawing heels, but I love drawing heels, if that makes any sense. Here's some more stuff about skirts. Frills and lacies. An easy way to do this for frills and lacies on the edges of skirts. I'm gonna teach you all this real quick here. This is super easy to do. Okay, it seems like it'd be really hard to do, but it's actually really super easy. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to, wait. Oh, sorry, wrong thing. Okay, so lacies and other things like that on dresses, okay? So here's the bottom of the skirt. Let's say this is the bottom of the skirt. You've already drawn the skirt. You're really happy with the skirt, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You want to add some lacies at the bottom, okay? So there's different kinds of lacies you can add to the bottom of skirts. My sound coming out through my speakers? It is. There we go. Sorry. There's different kind of lacies that you can make for skirts. There's pleated lacies. There's like round, like simple lacies. I usually only do like two kinds really myself, but there's these ones here. And for this one, you're just gonna like keep making a U, and you're just gonna go and just do it as much as it feels natural. And here you can see it kind of got a little ununiform. We're just gonna go back in there and make the spaces tighter for that. But literally, it's just squiggles. It's just squiggles. And now say we have a skirt that's flowing like this, and we want to do the same thing. We want to do the same thing with the same kind of lacies. We'll just follow this line and just squiggle it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. And this part, of course, would be the under part, which would have this lacy fabric underneath. That's another thing, is that you want to study, when you're doing this, you want to study fabrics and different style of clothes and how they work. Like, for a lot of skirts with lacies like this, there is a, what's it called underneath? Oh, what's the thing they put underneath skirts? I forget it. There's like these lacy fabrics that go under skirts, and I can't remember the name of it right now. I'm blanking out on it. But anyways, certain skirts have like trusses and stuff underneath them, or bustles, or whatever they're called. I forget. You know, like Victorian dresses where they have the booty going out like that. They actually have like this wiring underneath that makes that move that way. So if you're drawing like this kind of dress that's being lifted up, you're gonna see some of that wiring underneath for that as well. Tulle underskirt. Yeah, tulle underskirts, or what are they called? It starts with a P. Hold on, I'll look it up. Underskirt. What's it called? Oh, hold on, let me ask my hubby. He knows more about sewing than I do. Well, anyways, sorry, he couldn't remember. He didn't know what I was talking about either. Anyways, hold up. Types of, I can't type, excuse me. Types of skirts. But anyways, there's all kinds of different types of skirts. Like, we have like mermaid skirts, A-line skirts, all kinds of different skirts, and they flow different ways, and they have different fabrics and different every kinds of things, lacies and frillies and blah 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 blah. But it's good to like study types of fabrics and how they look and how they fold. Like pleated stuff is interesting as well. Looking at your references and how the fabric looks when it's flowing or being lifted up by the wind, that's a really good thing to learn. Let's talk about shading now. Let's talk about shading now for fashion and clothing, okay? Let's talk about shading. So let me pull up this thing real quick. This is a really good tutorial that I found a long time ago that is really good for clothing shading. Here it is. Yeah. So this is different types of fabric and how to shade different types of fabric on your when in doubt, ask significant other. I do that. Yes, exactly. He has a better memory than me too, so a lot of times if I can't remember something, I'll just ask him and he'll be like, oh yeah, that was this. So let's talk about different types of fabric and how to shade them. Silky fabrics are used a lot for different things like lingerie, different types of latex, different types of like really like silky clothing. So as you can see here, this is just ordinary, normal, probably cotton type of shading where there's a highlight and there's a shadow, and that's it. When we go into silky though, we add a highlight on the bottom as well, and that creates this glossy type of shading, as I was talking about earlier when I was talking about different types of shading. And how to make things look glossy. As you can see, there's like a little under part here where they're adding a little bit of a highlight. This makes overall the silky texture that we're talking about here for this fabric. Now, leather has a different thing as well. There's a soft airbrush for shading and a default hard brush for the lights. So for leather, you're going to be using a hard brush for your lights, for your shading. You're going to be using a cell shading brush for your highlights on this, but you use soft brush for your other stuff, and this makes more of a leather texture. Very interesting stuff to study. It is. I think it's great. Rough texture. If your texture on your fabric is rough, this is a whole nother thing that people get into as they get further into art, is textures for art. This is a rough texture. Now this, you can use a rough, hard default brush, and depending on your art program, you'll already have texture brushes built into it. But I think I've already linked this in Paint Tool Sci before. I do have texture brushes that I downloaded for Paint Tool Sci that help with different fabric textures as well. So, okay, let me just real quick, I'm gonna put down, let's say these are jeans. Let's say this is some jeans here. I'm gonna draw some jeans here. I'm gonna just make some quick jean shapes, okay? I'm just gonna draw some quick jeans real quick here. Actually, wait, no, let me draw it, then color it. Okay, let's make some jeans here. And I wanna show you guys some stuff about textures and stuff. So, basic jeans have like this little thing here where you have your belt loops. Then there's this little crotch part here. Then there's like another part here that this is the connecting button that, you know, you button up, and the zipper's in here, blah blah blah. And then sometimes you have these little sewing lines on the ends here. You can make the sewing lines real quick. We'll make the sewing lines real quick here as well. If you feel more like extra about drawing your sewing lines, you can make some sewing lines in the crotch area too. Sure, why not? If you have little crops, like little crop parts at the end of the jeans like this, you can have those as well. If you have, let's say you have rip and tears in your jeans, like they're worn out jeans, those are worn jeans. My grandma always makes fun of me for wearing worn jeans. She's like, why are you wearing your jeans? They're all ripped up. I'm like, it's the style, Grandma. You wanna get it. And so like, here is where the body would bend, right? Is at the legs and in the crotch area. So we would have some folds here. We would always have some folds here. Now, if the leg was bending, if this leg was bending here, you would have some folds in the crotch, in the crotch of the leg, the armpit leg, the leg pit, whatever you call this. I don't know. The leg pit. Anyways, that's where, like, pretend that's your knee. This is the leg pit. That's where the folds would be there. If it's even looser fabric than this, though, if it's like jeans that are like really loose in fabric, you kind of have to like practice this to like figure out what you want to do with the fabric for the jeans there. But you would add like more flowy like folds and stuff. But anyways, these are jeans, right? Okay, we're gonna color the jeans. I'm gonna show you guys the coloring of the jeans and the shading of the jeans here. So let's go ahead here. We're gonna go ahead and color these jeans real quick. These are some basic baby jeans. They're like a slight desaturated blue color, like this, okay? And these little tears here would be like the little fabric that comes off the jeans. It would probably be like a white or a light blue, whatever. Let's just make those little... These are like the little threads that come off when you tear your jeans. So there's that. And now if we wanted to go and shade this, we could shade this with blue or purple or red. Whatever color you decide you want to use is fine. I'm going to go with red here because it's a nice contrasty color. Now, when we go to airbrush these, depending on where our light is pointing, if it's pointing from this way, we're going to shade it like this. If it's pointing from over here, we're going to shade it like this. If it's going from up, then we're just going to have this much, and maybe the top and bottom parts will be dark. I don't know. For now, I'm just going to go with basic center top lighting. We're going to go for center top lighting for this. We're just going to go ahead here. And I do this, like I said earlier, I do this thing called reverse shading, where I do all my dark parts first, and then I erase all the light parts that I want to be lighter. You can do normal shading, which is just like, oh, this is all blank, and then I'm just going to go in here and do the parts that I want to do. This is a hard brush. But, yeah, you can do it the other way. This is the normal way most people shade, is by going in here like this. But I like doing the reverse shading. It feels faster to me. It feels more natural to me to imagine where all the light parts are going to be first. And just go in and erase them like that. Yeah. So then we have like some basic shading on these jeans, but they don't really look textured like jeans, right? They look just kind of like, it could almost be like flesh texture at this point, right? So then, let me change this real quick here. So then, as you can see here, I have all my brush settings here. I'm going to go to, it says no texture right now. I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go to fabric. I have a bunch of different fabric textures here. And usually for jeans, I use fabric 3. And I'll go in here with my tool, and I've already erased these, but I'm going to erase them a little bit more on the edges here. And you can see right away that we're creating this almost kind of like jean texture that's going in there as well. And then when we add highlights to these jeans, we can also add this as like our highlight for the jeans. If we want to use like maybe like this color here. If we wanted to make the jeans look shiny for whatever reason. And that texture adds so much more character and depth to this picture already, to these jeans. Adding texture is one thing that I recently started doing with a lot of my art, to try to like add some more interest in like detail to it, I guess. But yeah, there's a simple thing. A lot of art programs have this built into it, where they have brushes that create texture. If you can't find the kind of texture you're looking for in your brushes on your art program, there's always resources for like people who've made more brushes for that kind of thing. Or if you really need to, you can always go and look up textures on Google. Like, let's say I wanted to make the jeans look scaly. We could go type in scaly texture on Google. And I recommend finding a picture that's just like a black and white kind of picture. Because what we're going to do with this is we're going to copy this, and we're going to place this on top of the jeans. And we're gonna add it as a screen on top of the jeans. And see, now the jeans have a texture on top of them that we can mess with and fill with. So let's see here. If we wanted to make some like alligator pants or whatever this would be, I don't know. Please don't wear alligator pants or shoes. I don't like things like that. Fur and things like that are murder, but in my eyes. But yeah, so like you can add this like scaly texture on top, and you probably want to lower the opacity a little bit on that so it doesn't like take over your thing too much, but you still have the color. So like here, now we have scaly pants. Now we have scaly textured pants that are very interesting and nice to look at. Yeah, you can download textures, yeah, and brushes as well. Hold up. Anyways. Sorry, hubby was asking me something about dinner. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's a lot of things on Clip Studio and Photoshop you can download brushes for. You can also download brushes for Paint Tool Sci. I put some textured brushes, I think, in the Discord a while ago. I think I did for Paint Tool Sci. It's somewhere in this art resource channel. By the way, this is my server right here. This is the art resource channel. It's under the theater. If you guys want to join my Discord, here's a link to it in the chat. I post all kinds of fun things in the Discord server. We have an art resource channel. We have streamer resources. I post fashion pictures if you're looking for different types of like clothing to put your characters in, or like things like that. I post a bunch of fashion stuff in the Discord. Holographic fabric is like one of my weaknesses. Every time I see holographic fabric, I'm like, let's see here. Excuse me. But I also have like interior design channels on here. I found this tomato lamp the other day. Isn't it cute? It's like $100 though for some reason. There's interior design in here in case you want some backgrounds that you want to draw your character in. These are ideas for backgrounds for things. I like to draw backgrounds. I also am open up for background commissions at the moment. I drew my own background, as you can see behind me. I love designing backgrounds. I love designing. I love drawing. I am obsessed with art. I have no life. $100 for that tomato light, though. I don't know what that's about. We also have like memes and cute animals and other great, amazing things in the art in the server. Oh, do we have? Oh, Gilster, you submitted a piece. Oh, Blixie, you submitted a piece as well. Okay, we can keep going then. Awesome. Yeah, let's let's go over these as well for you guys. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm gonna go over these as well. It looks like tomato, you are mine. It's a cute little lamp, but it's $100 for some reason. Okay, let's go over this then. Let me pull this up. And I'm gonna turn this off and turn that on. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go over things we like about this piece. Let's go over, first of all, okay, so we're, if you guys are new to stream today, hi, we're doing an art class stream today. I'm going to be going over different people's art. I'm going over different people's art pieces, and we're going over things we like about it, things that you said you wanted to work on, things that to improve your submission, and then things that you can do to challenge yourself in the future, okay? So, let me copy this into Paint Tool Sci real quick. Let me copy this real quick into Paint Tool Sci. And we'll go over what things we like about this, or things I like about this. So let's see here. Okay, so things I like about this. I like that you added a background. That's really nice. I like the overall blue feel of this piece. It's very nice. I like the contrast of the red eyes with the blue hair on the character. That's really good. The clothes are drawn pretty well on the character as well. And then the addition of what is this place creates interest in where the character is. So this would be a very interesting panel the fact that the character is so small and the rest of the space is very big creates this like feeling of, oh, where am I? Oh, I'm so small and lost and alone. So that's really good what you did there. What you did there, really good. Yes. So let's go over the things that you said you wanted to improve on. Let me pull that up real quick here on the Discord. I have a little something that I could use a little bit of critique. Back in 2020, this was the first time ever I've drawn an atmospheric background, and it's inspired by the salt flats in South America. Oh yeah, I've heard of those. Not exactly sure I did a good job on the clouds, sky, and water. It's all done in traditional art like pencil, pen, and colored pencils. Okay, so you want to improve on backgrounds and your clouds and your water and stuff. Okay, I got you. I know what you're talking about. Let's see here what I have on in my folder here for background stuff. Give me a second here. Also, you might start hearing ASMR in the background. Hubby's just getting started on dinner. Hubby's starting on dinner right now, so if you hear weird noises, that's what's going on. But let's pull up some stuff about backgrounds here. Let's see here. Where do I have that? Is it under shading or how to? Shading. Maybe it's under shading. I'm getting stuff loaded for backgrounds for you real quick, so just don't mind me for a moment. Okay, here's some stuff about clouds that I have, and I'm gonna put these in the I'm gonna put these in the server as well. These are some tutorials I have saved about clouds. But with clouds, and just like everything else, you want to start off with a base color and build your lights and shadows as you go. Clouds, I would suggest for making clouds that you start off with an airbrush or a soft brush tool. So like say we want to make some white clouds with a blue background. Oops, I still have my texture turned on. Hold on. Let's see here. No texture. There we go. So why is that still on texture? Excuse me. No texture. Thank you. Okay. Anyways, we'll start with an off-white color for this. Now, even in traditional art, you could start with a very light blue for this. A light blue, not exactly a white. We wouldn't want to start with a white for the white clouds. I know it sounds weird, but you never want to use directly black or directly white in your pieces unless that's, part of the plan that you're going for. But when we're making clouds, we would just want to do like these little like whoop 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 like bumpy shapes. We want to do like these really like bumpy like U's and W's. We want to make like a lot of U's and W's together and make these shapes of clouds. And you just kind of build them up like this. And so you can make your clouds all kinds of fun shapes. Studying cloud shapes is a really good idea in my opinion. You want to study different types of cloud shapes and how they look, like the more puffy cumulus clouds or like little clouds like this where it's just like barely a puff of air, and you can refine the shape down a little bit more to kind of get like more interest into it. There's all kinds of different clouds, so you start off with like a base color like that. And you can go in here, and then if we start shading these, we're gonna select this area and do a multiply. Let's shade them with blue. Let's shade them with blue for now, since the background, the rest of the sky is this blue here. Let's actually go in and I'm gonna grab that color actually. And maybe a darker version of that color. Yeah, let's go with a darker version of that color. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so then we'll go in and fill, and then we'll go ahead and figure out where our light source is here. Not seeing any shading in this piece, so you could do the light source wherever you want it to. If you want to do like a basic light source, it would be from the top probably. You just go in, and same thing with when you made the shape of the cloud is what you're gonna do is you're gonna go in here and just do circles on the cloud, and you're gonna make like this little bottom part of the cloud that's like shaded. And then you might also want to do like some separation in the cloud where you add like little shapes here and there, and then you can add more like interest in the shapes for the shading there. But don't do too much of that because then you'll end up making the cloud look weird. So make sure you separate out that. It's just kind of like sculpting almost, that you're sculpting the cloud. I feel like Bob Ross right now. we're going to sculpt these little clouds and make them happy. But you just kind of like go through and like whatever you feel looks good for like the shading, you can just kind of keep that. But you want to keep the shading at the bottom if you're shading the cloud from the top. You know, make sure you have those mid-tones in there as well. You can change your color if you want a little bit more mid-tones in there. If you had a sunset, like a really pretty like orange or yellow sunset, you could start off with like an off pink cloud. Like an off pink cloud. And then you would make your multiply maybe like a red or a purple. Wait, hold on. Oopsie, hold on. Merged layers on accident. Or a purple clouds. Or like if you have really stormy weather, you can make the clouds gray. You can make them like maybe a darker gray, like a dark gray. Oh, it's stormy weather coming around. Ooh. It's the gray shading in the cloud. Well, I don't use gray for my shading ever. I use like purples and reds and blues are my favorite colors for shading. And I bet you can even do that in traditional art as well. Is like mixing those colors together to create more interest and vibrancy in your colors for shading. And then of course we're gonna add like little highlights as well. So if like, say, let's go back to those sunset clouds I was talking about. Let's make those have a shading of like, ooh, let's go with this like dark pink color. Yeah, that's nice. And then it's like a sunset like this, where it's like yellows and oranges and reds, like that or something like that, you know. So then we could like add the lightest color of the sky and add that as our highlight for the clouds. Add that as our highlight for the clouds, and we would just go through here a little bit, here and here, just add little like highlights to the cloud. It's just like with anything else, you want to add those levels of shading where there's at least 2 or 3 different tiers of like highlights, midtones, and shadows, you know? You just kind of like go through and add those little puffy parts if you want to the cloud. And you just kind of like make all kinds of fun shapes for your clouds. You can make like big old cumulus clouds that are, it looks like it's gonna be a storm. You can make all kinds of like little tiny baby clouds. I'll go ahead and put these 2 tutorials in there. I think this is written in Russian, but you can see their basic process of what they do for their clouds in here, and how they have their light source coming over on this side and they have the dark over here. It's a very nice use of lighting. I agree, yeah. So clouds are just like little puffy marshmallows that we can shape to whatever shape we want. And if you want more of a clear-cut edge on your clouds for later... Oh, wow. I don't know what I did there. Oh, I merged that. Oopsie. If you want, like, more of a, like a clear, like... Oh, excuse me. Hold on. I'm all over the place with my layers. If you want more, like, specific shapes for your cloud, you can go in here with a straight brush and erase the edges of this cloud. This is for digital art, though. I don't know... I guess you could probably take an eraser of some sort for traditional art and kind of fix it up later, or you could change the background to like cover that part. I guess you could cover it up with the background color if you wanted. Like if you wanted to make this shape of the cloud more clear cut, you could go around like that with the blue in traditional art, I guess. But yeah, clouds are very fun and very easy and simple to do. Water is a little bit more complicated. Let's go over water now. So let's pull up the salt flats, actually. Since you were talking about the salt flats, which is used in a lot of media, especially Kingdom Hearts. Salt flats. Let's look up the salt flats real quick here. The salt flats are very beautiful. Very beautiful. If you've never heard of the salt flats in South America, they're very gorgeous. And you can see how the sky is just like directly reflected in the water below. It's so pretty. There's another one here. For the salt flats, you don't even need to worry about you don't even need to worry about, I'm trying to load up this picture, excuse me. You don't even need to worry about the water on the bottom because everything is like a mirror reflecting the sky. So you would just copy and paste and flip the sky, literally, and that's how you can do the salt flats. But if we're just talking about a basic level of water, like just a small amount of water that somebody's standing in, let me find some water tutorials here real quick. Let's find some water tutorials real quick. Like if you wanted to do an ocean, it makes it look like you're walking along the sky. Yeah, it's very pretty. Oh, let me upload these cloud tutorials real quick though to the art resource channel on my server. Hold up. Before I forget, because I'm very forgetful. I'm a very forgetful person. Let's go ahead and upload those. And then let's see here, scenery. I have a whole scenery folder filled with like rocks and shrubbery and clouds and water and fire and grass and all kinds of things. I have a bunch of water tutorials here. Let me pull them up. Sorry about that. I didn't mean. I have to clear my throat after I talk for a while. My allergies gather up in my throat. Yes, happy little clouds. Yes. Let's see here. I'm loading up these resources real quick here. Let's pull this up here. This is another one of those how to think when you draw tutorials. This talks about waterfalls. This is really interesting. Different tutorials on waterfalls and how to shade and draw waterfalls. This is really good. I definitely recommend these how to think when you draw tutorials. They're really good. This talks about, this one here is about like how the texture of the water, it's kind of small, sorry. It's kind of small. How the texture on the water forms on top to create this almost like net texture for different, for like the ocean or deeper waters. Let's see here. Oh, this is about waves. This one's about waves. This one, it talks about like waves of water and how to shade different things of water. Here we go with the netting texture again that's on top of the waves of water. It talks about different types of water, like stagnant water, darker waters. This is a really good one as well. Let's see here. I'm trying to find out what other tutorials I have real quick here. Let me load these all up. This is more waterfall. This is more waterfall stuff. Let's see here. This is waves. Yeah, here's some more. This is another how to think when you draw tutorial. This is talking about waves and the way that water moves and flows. Water is very interesting and complicated to draw, but also very fun to draw for me because you get to be like more free with water. There's like really no real wrong way to draw water, in my opinion. It's just, it flows and it goes and it just sploots everywhere. It's fun. It's just like fun and wavy and wiggly, and there's really not too much you can mess up with water. Underwater bubbles. Oh yeah, these are fun to draw. So like you start off with like a color. Hold on, let me zoom in on this, excuse me. This didn't zoom in as much as I wanted. So you start off with like a shape and then you fill it and you turn on the opacity and then you erase like little bubbles inside and then you make all of these like fun little highlights and like counter lights and cell shaded bubbles are fun too. Bubbles are fun. You can draw them in all kinds of fun shapes and add all these little highlights to them. Those are really fun to do. Let's see here. What else do I got? Oh yeah, I have this one? Yeah, this one, yeah. This is for like drawing people underwater. Like if you're drawing somebody underwater, underwater? Why can't I say that right? Underwater. If you're drawing somebody underwater, you could put like these little like highlight textures of the netting texture that we talked about, the ripple textures, on top of their head to make them look more like they're underwater. And then you would just add like a blue overlay and it's like, oh yeah, this person's underwater. And then you add the bubbles and it's, yeah. You just build and build and build until you get what you want with art. That's how how it feels a lot of the time. Oh yeah, here's flowing water. So this is like a flowing water tutorial. You can see it flowing all over the rocks here. There's rain. Rain is so much fun to draw. For rain, you can just draw like a bunch of like little streaks of white coming down over your stuff and like drips hanging off of things, and that creates a really great like rain. And then there's of course like lakes and reflections, and like a really fun way to do like reflections for like things that are in the water is just to grab like your color layers, merge them together, and like flip them upside down. And that's a great way to do like reflections in the water. It's just grab all your color layers, merge them, and flip them upside down. These look very helpful and useful. They are very helpful. They've helped me a lot. So I'll definitely be putting a few of these in the server as well, for water tutorials. Let me go ahead and put those in real quick before I forget. Let's see. I'll put that one in there. Put this in. This. Yeah, lots of fun resources. And like I said before, I've gotten most of these off of Pinterest, so it's very helpful to have a Pinterest account for this kind of thing. Let's go ahead and look on Pinterest for more water tutorials, just in case there's anything I've missed for water. Water drawing tutorial. And the thing that I love most about Pinterest is that once you start looking things up for Pinterest, they'll like load up stuff on your front page that they know that you'll like. It's like, oh, you liked this, so here's more stuff like that. And I get a bunch of like fashion and interior design stuff right away because I search up fashion stuff a lot. Okay, yeah, and they even have traditional tutorials for traditional artists, like if you're doing waves for oceans and stuff, for that as well. Oh, they even have, oh look, this person has a water brush set. You don't want to make your own bubbles? Here's a brush you can make bubbles with. Oh, this is a really good one. This is like, oh, making the beach. Here's the colors that you use. This is a really good one. Oh, here's some more of that netting texture I told you about. Oh my gosh, no way, they drew a bunch of Among Us. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. They drew a bunch of little Among Us boys for their texture. No! It's amazing, I love it. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. This person deserves... This is so goofy, but cool. I love this. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna put this one in the server too, just for fun. Just for fun. Let's put that one in the server. There you go. That's a cute tattoo. If I ever get a tattoo, I'm gonna have it be something like this, where it's cute and like rainbowy. But I'm allergic to pain, so I probably never will get one. Wait, did I close that? I closed that tab on accident. I didn't mean to. Excuse me. Hold up. I didn't mean to close that tab. Sorry about that. Yeah, all kinds of fun water tutorials. Ooh, there's even tutorials about like drawing food on here as well. Like honey, how to draw honey or like slimy liquids. Different texture tutorials for different things like that. Oh, this is another holographic clothes tutorial. Ooh, that's pretty nice. Different gemstones, hair textures. Man, they got it all. They got it all, okay? But, let's see. Was there anything else I need to cover with water? Overall, I think it's important that when you're drawing water, that you make sure that the top parts of the water have highlights and the lower bottom parts of the water have, like the, shading, the shades to it. So if the water's really deep, you're gonna want to add like a lot of deep shades to it. If the water's not very deep, you probably won't add that much. See, so like, okay, here's water that this person's just dipping their feet into. You don't see that many dark shades of water in there. But as you see, the further along it goes, the more deep in color the water gets. So these are obviously the more deep parts of the water. But then, as you can see with the feet, when the feet are in there and it's just foot level, it's just very light colored water. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I'm just gonna copy and paste this into the server. Even though this isn't directly a tutorial, it's a good like representation of like deeper types of water. Deeper types of water. Sorry, I had to take a sip of water. I had to take a sip of water. Yes. These water pictures are making me thirsty. Sorry. Fire, water, you know, all kinds of things you can find tutorials for on Pinterest. Highly recommend. Oh, here's another one of those how to think when you're drawing things. Oh, water and waves. I don't know if I showed you guys this one or not. This one's really good too. I'm gonna save this one for myself actually. I'm gonna save that one for myself actually. I'm gonna grab that. I hoard these, okay? I hoard these because you never know when you're gonna need. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I just sipped some water, but I'll sip some more here. Oh, this is good what he says about the flag shapes. Yeah, flag shapes are really good for like some small waves. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, we went over the clouds and the water that you were talking about that you wanted to work on for this. Let me see here. What's the next thing I need to do? Things that you can do to improve this submission. Like you mentioned, if you just add some more detail into the clouds and waters, and this will be a really great piece. Adding shading would be good too. You added some shading for the hair, it looks like. I think it would also be good to add some shading to the rest of the character as well. If you wanted to make this like atmospheric shading, I would add some blues to the character for more shading here. Although we don't want them to look undead, so I would probably add like a purple color for the shading for their clothes and stuff. You can add like purple here. Actually, wait. So let's just assume that the lighting's coming from the top. Let's assume that all the lighting's coming from the top. Then we would just do like this. Excuse me. My throat is getting parched and dry and tired from talking so much. So you would just kind of like go in here, add some shading to this here. I'm just adding some very basic baby shading for you. If you wanted to add some shading to this piece here, you could also add like a blue overlay to the piece as well to add some more like blue to it. Let me see if I could just select just the character real quick here. Let me just try to see if I could select just the character real quick. Blip, blip. So if you added like a little blue overlay to this character, I'm just gonna add a quick overlay here. I'm just gonna add a quick overlay. Oopsie. Let's overlay that and turn it down. If you wanted to add like, oh, let's do the color of the sky actually. If you add a little bit of an overlay here, it makes it a little bit more atmospheric. But that's for digital art. I don't know what you could do traditional art-wise to add more to this atmospherically-wise. Maybe you could, like, put some, like, slight blues into each of the colors that you're coloring with as you're coloring it to make it more atmospheric. Maybe that would be something you could do. I really appreciate the shading you're adding. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not gonna keep it on there for you, but I would tell you that, like, if you're shading, like, on this traditionally, I would, and you can even shade it with blues, too, if you want to do blues. Blues might be better, actually, for this. But on the parts with the skin, make sure that you're doing something with a warmer tint, like a purple, because otherwise your guy's gonna look really pale and not alive. So, like, on the parts with the skin, make sure you use, like, a purple or a red for shading those. That's the only time I ever really use two different colors for shading, is if I have, like, normal human people skin. But the blue is also really, like, just in general, a really good way to, like, add more to that atmospheric, feel that we're going for here. But yeah, adding some shading to this and adding some more detail to the background, I feel would overall improve this piece. And if you wanted to even do more with this, like if you wanted to add it even more, what you could do is, hold on, let me merge these. If you wanted to make this even more impactful for, like, you know, what is this place? This is scary, I'm in a weird place. You can make this character even smaller in the composition. Let me show you real quick here. You can make this character even smaller in this composition. Like down here, you can even make the characters like this small in the composition down here, or up here and draw more of the legs. But like even just down here, this would make the space feel like so much wider, if you wanted to do that as well. But I think already what you have here with the wide open space and that what is this place and the character looking scared does create this overall feeling of I'm so small, this is such a wide space. So already you have a lot going great on here. I would just say, like I said earlier, just add some shading to it and then add some more detail into this water and into these clouds. You could even take your guy here, and if you decide to make like his legs and stuff, or their legs and stuff into the picture, you can even add like their reflection to add more of the salt lakes on here. Like if you wanted to like flip this upside down and have this be like their reflection going even further down into it, you know, and you could have even the waves going back here as well. Hold up. I'm trying to show what I mean here. You can even have this going down here, like have the legs on them. Wait, hold up. I can do this better. Hold on. Hold on, I can do this even better. Like if their legs going down like this, and then you have like the legs. Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You could have even more like stuff going on with that, reflection and stuff going on there, if you want to even add even more. But I think already what you have is a good start there. A very good start there. So let's see here. Where's my notes? Hold on. So we went over the things we liked, things that you wanted to improve on, things that can improve this submission, things you can do to challenge yourself to do in the future. So for your art, I've seen quite a bit of your fart. I almost said your fart. I've seen quite a bit of your art, Gilster, and I gotta say, overall, I think your art is really, really nice, and I like how you use your colored pencils. Let me think about for a second what I think you can do for challenging yourself in the future. Let's see here. Let me pull up Gilster's art here and think about what exactly would be good for the future here for you. Can I find Gilster's thing? No? You're not gonna, Discord's being stupid, excuse me. Just a moment. Discord's being stupid. Hold up, Discord's being stupid. Okay, there we go. Let's see. You have a lot of variety in your poses. I see a lot of poses where characters are just kind of standing. I think it might be fun to try some perspective work. I think for you, your next step in your art journey is to maybe try some foreshortening or perspective work, and I think that would be where you could challenge yourself next in your art, personally. But your art is really nice, and I love your choices of color, and your expressions are really good, by the way. Your expressions in your work are very good, Gilster. And I love the detail you put into all your character designs as well. They're really good. But yeah, I think as far as like what you need to work on, maybe or what you want to do to challenge yourself, I think maybe try some more perspective and foreshortening stuff. Yeah. He's supposed to be pale since he's a goth? Oh, okay, then don't worry about what I said about making color in his face then. Then don't worry about that at all then. Yeah, if he's goth, don't worry about that. But yeah, those are, I think for yours, those would be the next step for you, is learning foreshortening and perspective. Very helpful advice. Thank you, Pixie. Oh, no problem. Thank you for being open to hearing it. Thank you for being open to hearing it. I always try to be fair with the advice that I give and tell people about the things that they're doing well, you know? Let me clear my throat real quick, and then we'll get started on the next person's thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry. I'll clear it up now. Okay, so the next person that we had who wanted to get some advice today, let me pull that up real quick here. I think that was on the Discord, actually. Yes, it was on Discord. Okay. Let's see. Was it under art class? Yes. Okay. We also had Blixie, submit their art today. Let me go ahead and pull up the pieces of art that Blixie submitted real quick here. Let me go ahead and pull up the pieces of art that Blixie submitted real quick. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna pull this into Paint Tool SI real quick. Bloop. There we go. Whoa, that's a big canvas. That is a huge canvas. What the heck? Woo. Okay. There we go. So let's start off with things that we like about these. You submitted 2 different pictures. I don't know which picture you wanted me to look over specifically. I guess I'll copy and paste both of them. I'll copy and paste both of them. Give me a second on this. I'm gonna put these 2 next to each other here. Oh, no, I didn't mean to transform it that way. Excuse me. Darn thing. Darn thing, why won't you transform the way I want you to? How dare you? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, let's look over both of these. So I'm guessing this is some kind of like character reference picture. Since you have the character standing upright and there's a lot of like showing of the hands in different aspects. First of all, I love this color palette that you have going on with the purples and the blues and the grays and the whites and the blacks. Very nice color palette. Very nice color palette. Let's see what else. I really like the hair. The hair is a very unique design. It's very nice and spiky. Let's see here. I love the rainbows. I love the rainbow stars. Those are very cute. Very interesting, unique design. Very interesting and unique design. I also like how fluffy they are. I love the big fluffy tail. That's nice. That's very nice. And I like that some parts have lines and then some parts aren't lined, and that's perfect. That's interesting. That's a very interesting way of drawing. I've seen some people do that. Well, they'll line specific parts of the character that they want interest to be drawn towards, and then they won't line other parts. That's very interesting as well. It's the one with the outfit and the one with the alternative looking outfit. Oh, okay, so this one is the one you want looked at. Okay, I do like the outfit design as well. It's very interesting. Also, like I said earlier, if you guys hear noises in the background, that's just my hubby making food. Oh my gosh, a raid potion! Welcome, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, everybody. The Cauldron is here to say, you look cute today. Ah, no, you! Welcome everyone, my name is Pixie. I'm a Princess Raccoon VTuber. I'm also an artist, Live 2D rigger, and I play games. Hello everyone! Welcome to my art class. This is my first art class stream. Welcome. How was your stream, how was your stream, Potion? What were you doing? What were you doing? How was it? So yeah, guys, today we're doing an art class stream where people are submitting their art to me, and I'm telling them things that I like about their pieces, things they can, things that they want to work on. Like, they're submitting their pieces and they're telling me things they want to work on. We go over the things that they want to work on. Then I tell them things that they can do to improve the picture that they submitted. And then I tell them things that they should do to try to challenge themselves in the future. So those are the 4 things that we're going over for everybody today. If you want to enter in for this, the information is pinned at the top of the chat today. I was doing art myself. I was drawing Pokemon from memory. That's so much fun. Oh my gosh, they're affectionately known as a Potionmon. That's awesome. I can't wait to see that. I'm gonna have to go watch the VOD for that. That's amazing. Potion, if you need to go like lie down, relax, eat, get your meds, whatever you need to do, feel free to go ahead and do that. I know how it is after stream. You just want to like lie down and look at the ceiling and think about life. But thank you again for that raid. I appreciate you so much sharing your community with us. And welcome in, raiders. How are you guys doing today? I hope you had a great time with Potion. Potion is amazing. Guys, make sure you go follow Potion. I know we did a shout out earlier, so make sure you go check out Potion. Yeah, so this is your new reference picture? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I really like the clothing design. So I was just saying the things that I like about Blixie's picture here is the clothing design, the colors palette, and the hair design are really good for this. And I also like the fluffiness of this character as well. So let's go over the things that Blixie said that they wanted to work on. So this is what Blixie said about their picture. This is my most recent whip reference for my OC Blix. I did take in mind for trying to make her design less busy, but keep some of the older aspects of her older look. I'm still very much open to any tips and pointers for making it better. Okay, so already I think you have a lot of really good things about this character. Let's see. So, and I know you said you were trying to cut down on things. That's actually a really good thing that you are doing that. Character designs are really fun to do, and sometimes people make their characters very overcomplicated. I don't mind overcomplicated characters personally, but a lot of artists will get a little like deterred from drawing your character if there's too much going on with the character. But I think overall, I think this design is really good and not that overcomplicated so far. Anything I could do to like improve this? So you want just to like improvement notes for this outfit or what for your character? My only suggestion, I think, would be to add some more warm colors to the outfit because the character's base colors are already in the cool range. I think it would be good to add some like yellows or oranges to the character's outfit. So like if you made like some orange or yellow stripes on like this shirt or something, or like added some like orange like stars to this, because I know I've noticed here that you have a star motif going on. If you wanted to add some like orange and yellow stars in different places on the sleeves, or like just like little accents, like little stripes or orange or yellows added into this outfit, I think that would make this outfit really pop for you. You could even make some of these like parts that are already here different colors, like orange or yellow. Or even reds would be good too. Reds would be good too. Or pinks. Since you have a little bit of pink in your hair right there, you could add some pinks to this as well. Pinks would go in here really well as well. Just like some warmer colors I feel like would make the outfit really good. Like if you wanted to add some pinks in the outfit here. And maybe like on here too. I don't know. But like I think that would really make this character overall really good. Let's see here. And then trying to think what else you could do for this character. Like overall, I feel like you did a really good job with this character design. It's very interesting and unique. Maybe make the eyes pink too, or maybe like a red color, because I feel like your character has a lot of these cool colors. But I do think that maybe some contrast could be added if you want to do that. If you don't, that's perfectly fine too, but I think overall you got a good start there. Let's look over some tutorials about character design real quick. Since we're talking about character design, let's go over what a lot of people say about character design. Let's go over some character design tutorials. I think for any character that you design, you want to try to have a color palette for that character. You want to have at least 3 or 4 characters, 3 or 4 colors for a character. I think those are basic things that you should try to do. You don't want to stick to too many like only 2 colors for a character. I've seen some people make like, you know, the black and red OCs where it's just like blacks and reds and it's just like, kind of boring, you know, kind of thing. But let's go over like what a lot of people say about character design aspects that are good to keep in mind. Let's see here. There's a lot of tutorials on Pinterest, and I use Pinterest for a lot of things. All you new people, I definitely recommend getting a Pinterest account if you're looking into, you know, art tutorials that you want to look up and stuff. Why am I not finding character design tutorials? Character design mistakes to avoid, and it puts Clannad on there. That's so mean. Poor Clannad. Let's see here. Shapes of characters are good too if you're more into the cartoony side of character design. Like different shaped characters have different feels to them. Like more square shaped characters can feel more stiff. But if you're just doing like the anime aspect of creating characters, I would also look into body types. Different body types for your drawing different characters is also good. Let's see here. What else? Hairstyles, eyes shapes, different things that you choose convey different feelings for different characters. Like a character with like big eyes and long hair and really pretty dresses is kind of come across as like, oh, I'm an uwu innocent princess girl. Characters with like really short hair, with like maybe some more tomboyish clothes can communicate, oh, this is a tomboy character. characters who have, oh, let's see, what else kind of characters can we create? All kinds of different characters can be created, and it's really the limit of your creativity is where you're limited on creating your characters. But like all kinds of things can be communicated in character design that are like little subtle touches that communicate so much about a character. Like for example, on this picture here, let's look at this picture here. If we zoom in and we look at this guy right here with the big old nose and the long shaggy like face, he looks like Shaggy, doesn't he? And he's got this skinny body. He looks like a frail kind of shy person. You can already tell from it. And his eyes are like circular, which means he's like almost got that naivete going on. Characters like this lady over here, she's got a lot of muscle going on. She's got this big armor on. She's got this short hair. You can tell she like probably fights a lot. Her eyes are kind of like very, very small on her body, so you can tell she's more of a serious character. The more open and wide the eyes are, the more like innocent and open and naive a character comes across usually. She's got like this dark dark lip gloss on her. She looks like a very tough lady. She looks like a big tough lady. Let's see here. What's some other things that we can notice about characters in here? Expressions, of course, are always good to communicate what kind of character you're making as well. If you're making a character sheet for a character, it's not essential, but it's always fun to do like 3 or 4 different emotions on the side of the character to show kind of like what this character looks like when they're angry, what they look like when they're sad, what they look like when they're mad. Like, those kind of things will really add to the character's overall personality. And if, like, most of the time they're grumpy and they don't really smile, if you want to make their happy expression like a smirk, like an arrogant smirk, that would be good for, like, a more grumpy character. Those kind of things I think about all the time when I'm designing characters and making things for people. I was inspired by a lot of Guilty Gear and BlazBlue from and other anime. Oh yeah, they have really good characters designs. Let's look up some Guilty Gear characters. Hold up. Let's look up some Guilty Gear characters and go over some design aspects about characters. So let's see here. I'm thinking. I don't know a lot of Guilty Gear's characters' names by like specifically. By like names, but I do recognize designs. Like I know about Bridget. Everybody knows about Bridget. Everybody loves Bridget. And Bridget is a cutie pie. Definitely a cutie pie. Let's see here. Let's look over this. Did my music stop? Yes, it did. There you go. This looks really cool to me. What is this? I don't know who this is, but I love this design where she's like in a chair. The first thing that we noticed on this, the first thing I noticed on this character was the bed or chair that she's on. It is very interesting and complex, and I love all these little joints. And you can already tell there's a color palette going on here with this character. And there's both warm and cool colors on this character. Let me point some things out for you guys here on this. So let's point out the color palette on this character real quick here. We've got a lot of really interesting colors on here. We've got reds. We got purples. We got even some grays that are actually just off tints of yellows. Like, let me turn this on real quick. Hold up. See how this gray is not actually a gray? It's more of a desaturated yellow. That's really good. Like, when you're doing metals, it's really good to do that kind of thing. Like, if you're doing a metal, to do this, because this almost reflects the yellow that's in the gold here, too. And then, let's see, what other colors do we have going on here? We have her skin tone. Her skin tone's part of the color palette as well. Her skin tone's almost like a desaturated, almost a little bit as well. A desaturated peach color. Let's see, what else we got? Trying to see. Oh yeah, this hot pink color here, that's in there too. They have little highlights of that hot pink color in strange places that you wouldn't expect them to be, and these like cross hatching of these bolts here. That's really neat. I like these little highlights of this really bright saturated color that are kind of trickled into the design. They're kind of trickled into the design. And the bed is this like purple color as well. We have a lot of reds, purples, and yellows, and yeah, we have a lot of those colors going on. But look at this color palette. It's very good for this character. Very good color palette going on here. And even this pink arrow on her head is just another color that's close to this red color that's on the crown here. But from this character design, we can tell that this character. What can I tell about this character already? Well, I mean, she uses robots for her fighting, probably, because there's like blades and saws all over this thing. Maybe she even uses, like, her eyes are closed and this thing's eyes are open. So I'm guessing that maybe she connects her consciousness to this robo and fights with it. Am I correct in that? Does anybody know anything? I'm sure you all know some stuff about Guilty Gear. Is that how that works? She connects her consciousness to this robo and controls it with her body? Because her whole body's on top of this bed that has all the robo arms connecting on it. I'm guessing she sleeps while she fights. I don't know. But that's a very interesting design. Like, you can barely tell. If you look in and close into her design, you see she's closing her eyes and she's smiling, but this thing's eyes are open. So that, and it says dream-like reality. That even further solidifies my idea of that she sleeps and she controls this thing. If I'm wrong, let me know in chat, but that's how it feels. I love her little tattoo she's got going on here. I'm not sure what the story is behind the tattoos there, but it makes me want to find out more about the character and why those are there. Why are those there? Oh, here's another little detail on the design that I really love. Is this little dream, what do they call them? It's a dream weaver? No, that's not it. What is it called? Dream catcher. Yeah, the little dream catcher on her chest here. That is a really nice detail right there. I never played Guilty Gear, to be honest. I haven't either. I just know a lot of the characters from commission work. I just know a lot. But like little details like that are really neat. Like, this is a very simple outfit she's got on here. It's just like a robe and some shorts underneath, it looks like. But this little design aspect right here is very interesting. It's a dream catcher. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. But this, like, this is a very interesting design. So that's like just some design aspects to keep in mind. Is like little things like that can really draw interest to your character, make your character very interesting. I think what you have so far is really good so far, though. Let's see here. So we talked about things we like. We talked about things that you said you wanted to work on for character design. Let's see here. Things to improve this mission. I kind of already went over that with telling you that I think that if you wanted to, you can add some bright, warmer colors to the outfit, like pinks or oranges or yellows. And I think that would make this character design overall look really, really good. I think it already looks really amazing. I do think that if you're gonna have the character have bunny ears like this, that you should try to maybe move one of the other bunny ears to the other side of the head, because at the moment it does look like both bunny ears are coming out of one side of the head. So I would move the other bunny ear to the other side of the head. But right now it kind of looks like both bunny ears are coming out of the side of the head. That's just my opinion. I do think it still looks really good, though. Let's see here. Trying to think of what else could be done with this character. Yeah, I think so far this character's got a really good premise going on with it. Oh, enjoy your lurks, souls. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So, like, let's see here. We talked about things to improve this mission. And then things that you can do to challenge yourself in the future. So let's see. Let me think. I've seen a lot of Blixie's art on the server. I've seen a lot of Blixie's art in the server. I'm just trying to think about what Blixie can do to improve. Let me pull up Blixie's tab here on the server. I have my server set up so that the art share is a forum, so everybody gets their own like little thread where they post their art and they can share their art. So everybody gets their own little thread in the art share forum. Let me pull up Blixie's real quick here. I want to find Blixie's. Where's Blixie's? Oh, why can't I find it? I'll look for it. Hold up. It might take me a second. I thought that was the search feature, but maybe I'm wrong. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. So many great artists in my server, by the way. There's so many amazing, wonderful artists in my server. I'm very blessed to have so many amazing people in my server already. Let's see. That was this for the secret Valentine thing I did. I thought for sure you had an art thread in here. I didn't post there yet. Oh, you didn't. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. As far as like Blixie's artwork goes, it's really good. I think the only thing that needs work as far as your art goes, I think that maybe the line work maybe needs a little bit of work, but I think that so far you have a really great eye for color and design. Like everybody so far in this stream has had really good eyes for color and design, and I think that's like the two basic things that you need to be a good artist is as a start base for you is to have those. But yeah, I think overall this has got a really great start to it. I'm not sure why you circled this and pointed at it. Is there a specific thing that you wanted me to look at for this, or is this just a note for later? I saw this and I'm like, am I supposed to look that over? Oh no. Anthony, welcome to stream. Hello. Oh my goodness, my art takes an eternity? That's okay. That's okay. And that's fine. The more you practice, the faster you get at art, and then when things slow down again, that's when you know you're improving. If your art starts to take longer for you to do, that just means you're improving. That means you're in the improving step. Yeah. Let's see, did we have any other submissions for this today, for the art class? I'm just checking. Coloring for that matter, and improving in general. Oh yeah, I think overall you have a great you're already at a great start here, Blixie, with what you got going on. You've sent me some of your other art before, and I think that you were really good at dynamic posing as well from some of the other stuff I've seen from you. I'm not really sure. Like I said, I'm not really too sure. Like it looks like so far you're off to a really great start for the most part. Mostly just a note for myself. I was thinking about the coat and how her shoulder fluffy should work. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, normally when I make clothes, I would cover the shoulder fluffies with whatever clothes are on top of them, because I would just imagine that the fluff is packed in there. Yeah, I think overall you got a good start though, Blixie. And I didn't see any other entries here, guys, so I think this wraps it up for today. But we went over a lot of things today. But I think the main things to take away from this is that if you're looking to get into art, you know, if you have a good clear-cut eye for like colors and design, then you're already off to a great start for a lot of things already. Things to keep in mind as you grow is to try to do more things with your art, like with dynamic posing and perspective and foreshortening, backgrounds, shading. We went over so much today. We went over clothing and hair and eyes. And I really hope that what we went over today helps you guys. But if you ever need any more tutorials, feel free to hit me up on Discord on the Art Resources channel. And you can tag me if you want. And you can be like, hey, Pix, I need help with this. And I will definitely, I'll send you whatever you need. I'll send you whatever you need in the Art Resources channel. Another takeaway, Pinterest is our friend. Yes, Pinterest is our friend. Like, oh my gosh, there are so many good resources on Pinterest. Oh, look at this. Ooh, this is like the pupil iris from different angles. Ooh, that's really good too. But yeah, Pinterest is your friend. Sign up for Pinterest. I know a lot of people are like, well, I don't know. I need a Google account, blah, 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 blah. It's fine. Don't worry. It's just, it's really good. It's a really good resource for references and stuff. And then also PureRef. PureRef, as we mentioned before, is really good for people to have as well. To have your references, get your tutorials, get whatever you need, and like work it and practice it every single day if you can. At least once a day for like 5-10 minutes, whatever you can spare. Spare some time for art. If you really want it, you can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, we pinned the 2 reference programs. Yeah, also the design doll for poses. If you want to make your own poses, if you can't find what you were looking for, design doll, free program, 3D program with a little guy that you can like pose around and give booba and muscles to. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and do our thank yous and find somebody to raid, okay guys? Okay! Let's go! Let me get the end credits loaded up here. As you can see, we have our thank yous from the charity stream that I did last week. By the way, thank you guys so much for smashing my charity goal last week. I appreciate and am so proud of you guys. Look at all the amazing people who donated last week. Aren't they great? Aren't they amazing? Aren't they amazing? Look at all these amazing people. Let me turn that off for now and run the end credits here though. Look at all the amazing people. Actually, I can just keep that up there, can I? Yes, okay, I made it so that you can still see it, yeah. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in today to watch me do my first my art class stream. My first art class stream. I hope you guys had fun. I had a lot of fun doing the art class stream today. I hope you guys did too. I hope I can do more of these in the future. If you guys liked what we did today, let me know. Let me know, and we'll do more of these if we want to in the future. But thank you, Jimbo, Matrix, and Camelot for being my mods today. Thank you, Potion, for the raid. We had a couple of resubs today. I think it was KH and who else resubbed today? I'm trying to remember. Thank you for the stream and lessons, Pixie. Oh no, thank you guys for being open to critique and you know, listening to my advice. Oh yeah, Harris, thank you also for the resub. Let's find somebody for us to raid real quick. I'm gonna find a person for me to raid real quick. Thank you for the stream. No, thank you for coming to the stream. I appreciate you. Hang in there, guys, though. I'm gonna raid somebody here in a second. I'm gonna find a friend to raid. Don't go anywhere just yet. We're gonna raid somebody. As soon as I can pick out who I want to raid. Let's see. I got a bunch of people, a bunch of my friends are streaming, and I'm just trying to pick which one do I want to raid. Let's go ahead and raid. Oh, let's raid TJ. Yeah, we're gonna raid TJ. TJ T Pascal is a cat protogen VTuber. They're really nice. We've raided them a couple times on this channel. We're gonna go ahead and raid them. And then when you get in there, make sure to use the raid message, which Cam has put so nicely into the chat, which is Trash Panda Army Raid. And if you're a subscriber, you can copy and paste this second message here that's now in the chat to use the raid emote. There we go. That looks like that. Guys, I'm going to be back on Wednesday. On Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a collab stream for my birthday. It's my birthday on Wednesday. I'm going to be playing Lethal Company with some friends. We're going to be doing a collab. And then after that, we're going to do that for the first 2 hours. And then the second 2 hours are going to be us playing Gartic Phone as a community. And some of the collab people will be joining for that as well. So we'll draw some stuff and do some silly fun stuff on Gartic Phone. But yeah, I hope you guys can make it in on Wednesday. But if you can't, I hope you have a great night and take care. Oh, also my commissions are open. My commissions are open. Gotta remind you again, I have 9 commission spots open for the month. If you guys want to check out my commissions, there's the info on my commissions. But yeah, I guys hope you have a great night. Take care, have fun in TJ's stream, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye!